This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 This is extreme.
Stop right there, criminal scum! Nobody breaks the law on my watch. I'm confiscating your stolen goods. Now pay your fine, or it's off to jail.
I'm retarded?
What kind of autism did you guys get? I got this kind.
This is where Hargrave is, a little prick. And just so everybody knows, that shit's been settled. They gave us the land, and we already owned it anyways. It's the irony of it all, ain't it?
Yeah.
Camp Century. We had nuclear fucking everything there. Yeah, it's Hargrave. Check this out. He went wild. Hey, Eric. Hey, Rebels.
With a promise so grand and easy or hard way to take our land. The shadow fell heavy on a sacred white. Ate the sun.
These communist fucks are trying to say we want their oil and their minerals. Do you know that Denmark did 8 fucking sterilization programs on these people? And the last one was in the 90s? That's why there's only like 25,000 people on that whole island. Did you know that?
No, there's 56.
Yeah, well, there ain't shit. Because these fucking Denmarks kept sterilizing them all.
I understand, but no, there's like the population on Greenland's like 56,000.
Right, that ain't shit. That ain't even one fucking city. You know that?
Oh, I know.
Fuck this, it's gay.
Swallowed the light. The hunter spoke to the bear in the frost. If I fall to my kin, the land isn't lost. The bear answered low. If I fall in the fight, to my cubs I stood for what is right. All souls united on the ice today. This land is ours and it stays this way. What comes unasked will not remain. He wants to own, but we're not the same. When the eagle is dust, our people will tell. The GDF held and we did not sell. All answer there, from shore to hill, from near to far. Greenland defense front, we know who we are. The giant brings a hunger that no whale can fill. Wants to bend all collected to his iron will, but the cold is buried louder. Men never spoke their names again. All souls united on the ice today. This land is ours and it stays this way. What comes unasked will not remain. He wants to own what he cannot tame. When the eagle is dust, our people will tell. The GDF held and we did not sell.
No. It's ours now, you know that, right? All the land we wanted is ours that we want for our missile base. So this is all bullshit. It's already over.
Hail, Eric.
Hey, Eric.
Hail,
Hey,
Rebels.
Scarlet. Tex.
Hail, Tex. Hail, Scarlet.
So
Scarlet.
This is our answer.
You know, people didn't think I'd come. They said, he's joking. It's just talk. I don't joke about land. Land is very important. Greenland. Tremendous land. A lot of ice. Very undermanaged ice. but it's not green, which tells me they have a branding problem.
Sir, Denmark's already issued a statement.
Denmark issues a lot of statements, very polite people, love them, but polite.
The fucking press asked him today in Davos, they go, the Denmark premier said that he's not going to sell. And he said, I'm not even talking to him. And then everybody started laughing. And then NATO said, here, the land's yours, like about an hour or two ago. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So it's fucking bullshit. It's like they didn't even give a fuck about that land until Trump said he wanted it. Then all of a sudden it was the end of the world. You know that?
Doesn't.
What'd you say before we went live? That fuck Greenland, we got to take care of Minnesota and all these other pieces of shit.
We need to get the fucking Muslims out of here.
If they don't start locking motherfuckers up tonight, it's all bullshit. Pam Bondi can go fuck her fat ass. You know that? She ain't nothing but a retard who's in way over her fucking head. It's fucking disgusting. These retards. He can go running around and bitch slap fucking scumbag fucking from California and Davos, but he can't take care of Minnesota. Fuck that. And after they walked in that church and did that, you know who some of those people were? They're fucking attorneys for the fucking prosecutor's office in that state. Do you know that? That walked in that church with that drunken piece of shit and it made all the little kids cry. Every one of them need to be fucking disbarred and fired. Hey, Daniel.
Hey, Daniel. Oh, I hear you.
Isn't it Sweetest Day, too?
I don't know. That's a Michigan thing, bro.
Yeah,
I never heard about that till I moved here.
Yeah, it's another Valentine's Day for chicks, but they're supposed to get you something, but half the time they don't.
It's only here in Michigan.
Yeah, I know. You're a cheap fuck if you don't do it.
But if you go outside of Michigan, nobody knows what the hell you're even talking about.
Fuck, we don't even know what the fuck it is. You want to know the truth? It's just like, all right, whatever. Right?
I guess.
Argue? I mean, it was supposed to be for both sides, but it switched. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
I will tell you why Denmark's upset. Because I'm fixing their branding for free. Look at this. Nice streets. Incredibly nice streets. Clean. Quiet. Too quiet, in fact.
They seem happy, sir.
People are always happy right before they discover something better. You know what I don't see, Keith? Big signs, big ambition. You know what this place needs? Opportunity. And maybe a Starbucks. 2 Starbucks, in fact.
Sir, what exactly are we proposing?
Not proposing, Keith. Discussing. Incredible discussions led by me. Discussing a transfer.
Sir, is this authorized? Denmark is escalating rhetorically.
They always escalate rhetorically before they lose. By the way, this is very authorized. I authorized it. You see, politicians talk to politicians. Me, I talk to people. No pressure, no contracts. Just a conversation about your future. Everyone's worried about the ice melting. Relax, we'll just put it somewhere else. Denmark's done a good job. They really have. Healthcare systems, very organized. But organization isn't excitement. America gives you opportunity. America gives you scale. America gives you arguments on television every night.
Sir, they already have social systems that work.
So did Blockbuster. Look, we're not forcing anything, we're offering.
We are fine being Greenland.
That's fair. Very fair. But let me ask you something. Do you like being ignored? Because America doesn't ignore anything. We don't ignore Venezuela, Minnesota, and we certainly won't ignore Greenland, even if it's not green.
Man, you got a lot to do to prove you're even going to do anything about Minnesota. You know that? This fuck. So this happened. We had a 100-car pileup. Isn't that fucking nuts?
Yeah. It's insane.
I don't believe that you didn't realize it was that close to you.
No, 30 miles, no.
Yeah, about 30 miles or so. Well, look at it's 96 right past your house.
So you want to know how you make the alchemist dream come true? I just found this.
From what?
What's the most ultimate thing that an alchemist could do?
Make gold?
Turn lead into gold.
And?
Because lead back in the day was so cheap, but they figured out how to do it.
What, in real life?
Yes.
Well, that sucks. That means gold ain't worth a fuck anymore.
You take lead.
It's gonna be like diamonds.
You take 2 pieces of lead, and you shoot them at each other at a really, really high rate of speed, like super, like.
And guns? So
almost
I get a bullet, you
no,
get a bullet, and we shoot at each other?
No, faster than
Come
that.
on.
No, listen. And what happened? They got to be going fast enough to hit each other. That when they hit each other, they knock atoms off of each other. And if they knock one atom off of each one of them, I think it's lead has 3 and gold has 2,
Get
or something
the
like
fuck
that.
out of here.
I dead serious, dude. I have to see if I can pull this up real quick and shit. I just seen this on my phone.
Yeah, I had a girlfriend that lived by the freeway up there by you. And when this shit would happen, I'd be like laying in bed and I could be hearing smash, smash. It'd be like every couple of minutes for hours. Just boom, boom, boom. Then they don't do fuck for the roads. I was out driving.
Guess where they did? Guess where they here?
What?
Real quick. Guess where they did it?
Where? Where?
It's a new plan.
Oh, this is the new thing. Have you heard about this? It's Zeus.
Hold on one second. This says
GPUs.
yes, physicians at CERN Large Hadron Collider have successfully converted lead into gold. Fulfilling the ancient dream alchemists use modern nuclear physics. They got to shoot it 2 pieces of lead at each other, and it knocks protons off of atoms off of it, and because lead has less protons or atoms than lead.
But didn't they say that they changed some fucking element and it lost a fucking particle? And that's what changed their dimensions or some shit. Remember that? You don't want to go fucking around with nuclear numbers on particles. You know that, right?
Oh, I understand that, but I'm just telling you what they did. I'm just telling you what they did, man.
Dude,
Freaking
that's
crazy.
part of the whole shit for tonight. Because every time you die, you don't die. You know that, right? I mean, you die in that dimension, but you keep going on. You just keep traveling. You know that?
No, that's what they probably mean by eternity. I think hell is to get trapped.
Well, that is a hell. If you think about it, we're eternally trapped as the observer. We're the universe looking at its own belly button. You know that?
Yeah.
We're just a goddamn organ that observes. So you never leave. So, and it's pretty much up to you what happens to you. You know that? You could be a fucking vegetable in an old folks home, or you could be fucking, I've seen people fucking 100 years old and have their shit together. You know that?
Yeah.
So it's pretty much up to you what you want to do. I'm going to be on a beach watching the fucking sun burn up. I don't give a fuck. I mean, if I'm stuck here forever, I'm going to make a good time out of it.
All right.
So anyways, there's this company called Zeus, and they're making these GPUs that you can stack up. So 4 of them's 300 times a fucking 5090. One of them's 3 times a 5090. 2 of them 6 times. So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 4 for ray path tracing performance.
Yeah. How much are they?
They're going to be comparable. They're saying they're going to be like about $1,000 or so. But they're going to be able to stack them. And then China's coming out with them too. I don't know if you heard about that.
No.
You know what else motherfuckers are doing? They're putting AMD and a fucking other one together.
Intel?
Yeah, together.
Huh.
And then I guess it straightens out the fucking flutter and shit. This shit blew my mind though. So obviously prices are going to be dropping. You know?
Yeah.
Stop. Before you dismiss this as another metaphysical fairy tale, consider something far more unsettling. What if the hardest thing to accept isn't that there's an afterlife waiting for you somewhere in the distant future, but that you're already living in it? Right now, this moment, this breath. What you call life might be the epilogue you've been taught to fear. We've constructed an entire civilization on a premise that might be inverted. We speak of death as a doorway we'll someday walk through, a threshold separating the known from the unknowable. But what if that doorway is behind you? What if you've already crossed it?
Dude, I've died at least 1,000 motherfucking times since I was a little fucking kid, you know that?
Yeah.
And I always wondered, I shit you not, for a while I was like, am I like indestructible? You know what I mean? I've been blown up, lit on fire, ran the motherfucker over. And
I've been burned and all sorts of shit.
No shit, you just keep getting up, don't you?
Yeah, there was one time me and my buddies, we used to have this hangout spot we made on the island. We used to go camping on, and there was a big fucking tree on this island. We took and made a rappel tower on the top of the fucking tree. And it was like 40, 45 feet up in the air. And one night I got drunk we were out there hanging out, and I got drunk and fucking wasted and high as shit and fell asleep in that fucking platform. And I woke up in the pond fronds on the ground below it with my buddies kicking me, waking me up. They thought I was fucking dead.
Well,
I guess I was so fucking drunk and so fucked up that when I fell in my sleep, I guess I thought I was dreaming, that I just was loose. I just, you know what I'm saying? My whole body was, if I would have woke up, it probably would have broke my back. I would have been fucked for the rest of my life. But because I was so fucked up, that's the only thing I think that actually saved me. My body was so fucking relaxed. And I think it's part of the reason why I have back problems now too.
Yeah, but this explains a lot, like the Mandela effect. Because it isn't that reality's changing, it's that you've been changing reality every time you die. You get it?
Yeah.
So more and more shit changes.
It's like
the
butterfly effect.
There you go. But it gets built up to where you start noticing it. And then other people are noticing theirs, so that's why people are saying, oh, fuck, it's more than one person. It's because everybody's going through this. And we're all from different fucking places.
Well, everybody alters everybody else's reality at any time you interact with anybody else.
Oh, right. They all got their own perspective. Not only that, you got to figure you're not even the same person you were fucking 10 years ago. You know that? I was telling your body changes every 7 years.
Like,
so what the fuck's that mean?
This show right now, me and you talking in the chat that we have going on, it alters us before this show ever happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm trying to say? Like
right. Past reflects future. I don't know if you know that.
Oh, yeah.
Time isn't fucking like they think it is. Shit don't happen now unless it's already happened in the future. There's a feedback going on. It's like people think lightning comes from the sky. No, it doesn't. It comes from the ground up. Did you know that?
Yeah, it's static.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with what the fuck most people think. They accept this reality.
It goes so fast that it looks like it's going down.
Yeah, it's not. It's coming up. Boom.
But it's so fast that our eyes can't perceive that.
That's another part, is that what the fuck are we perceiving anyways? You know that?
Mm-hmm.
It's all lies, most of it.
I know. I perceive when I walk outside, the snow is cold as fuck.
This whole thing, though, explains a lot. And then if you think about it, like you start in a trunk of a tree, and then each depth is a branching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if it's growing and going forever, you're just going to keep branching until the end of the universe. You know that?
Yeah.
Because the universe has a definite timeline, right or not?
For sure.
And they've already proven the multiverse and all that shit. And Strange Attraction and the two-slit experiment. All this shit all starts adding up. You know that?
Yeah.
And that you're probably not in prime reality, right?
Like, talking about reality and perception, like, I was a sergeant and I had my bad days and my good days when I was in the military. And a lot of the guys that I served with, I'm still friends with on Facebook and stuff like that. We talk.
Hey, Cheddar.
shit. Well, over the
Yo,
years, I've changed. I grew up, I've changed. You know what I'm saying? I was at E5. I was 23, 24 years old. So I had a different mindset of life and everything then. And there was days where I had bad shit going through divorce and stuff. Like the day before we went to Afghanistan, I got divorced. And so I had my bad days, and I would sometimes take it out on the soldiers a little bit, and not actually mean to do it, but just be more of an asshole than normal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
that's
then later
normal,
in
though.
life, I'd be sitting back and my mind would be replaying some of this shit, and I'd get a hold of them on Facebook and be like, "Yo, I just owe you an apology for this time," and blah 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 blah. And they'd be like, "Dude, I forgot all about that shit. That was past."
You're reliving the
And
past.
and they're like fucking. By the time I got talking to them, I'm like, well, dude, they thought so much more highly of me than I even fucking realized. Like my perception of the situation of that time was totally different than their perception of the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it woke me up for a minute. It was like, wow, holy shit. Here I am walking around with the guilt that I didn't even have to walk around with because
Dude, I had survivor's guilt.
it never
I hurt my
phased the
hand.
person that
I lived and
actually.
everybody else died. How would you feel about that?
Oh, I know.
Dude, I just got banned from Rises.
Well, you're welcome
What'd
here.
you do? What'd you do, Vermont?
He was e-fapping somebody, and he's like, "Don't speak over me. The tribal chief is talking."
Oh, you're drunk. And was he playing a video game?
And no, he
was
wasn't doing
e-fapping, he
Fortnite
said.
or anything like that.
He's playing Fortnite.
He was
No, he
e-fapping.
wasn't.
Who the fuck invited the Jew boy? Oh, well,
So
at least
I
it's
was
not
just like,
that.
"Yo, my dad basically said you're going on the streets, you're kicked out."
Your dad kicked you out?
Yeah,
How old are you, Vermont?
I'm 46, but he's almost 80, so like we
What
help
the
each other
fuck?
out.
That's shitty, man.
You know, he almost died like 3 times, and I saved his life.
Oh, that sucks.
So like, I
Ant's got to
felt
go do a
like,
piss test tomorrow. That's why he's not here.
He's got to study.
and so I was just
Yeah.
like rising, like when you're
He's
not
drinking
e-fapping,
water.
I just want to say that like thanks for your kindness and
Oh,
like
man, don't be like that. You'll be back. Don't be mad because
Yeah.
Risey's mad.
he'll forgive me.
Yeah.
I hope.
You never know. He's still mad at Chris Stanley, ain't he?
Oh, I mean, Chris Stanley. I mean, he has a mouth. But maybe so do I. Maybe I don't realize it.
I mean,
you
we
know?
all do.
But I was just trying to say thank you for helping me, like, with the emotional, like, fuckery of dealing with this shit. And so I could, like, just listen and chill out. He's like, don't talk over me. You're banned. I'm like, dude, I was just trying to say thank you for being a friend. Like, what the fuck?
He don't like that kind of shit, I don't think.
I
Emotions?
didn't have a father to be my friend. You know, like, I'm not trying to talk shit. Like, I don't mean to disrespect him in any shape, form, or fashion, but like, he's like, oh, so you have a father, so good for you. I didn't.
He's got an aunt. Imagine that.
You know, is Anna around tonight?
No, he's got to do a piss test in the morning, so he has to practice tonight.
What the fuck, is he on probation?
Yeah, he just got out of jail. You didn't know that? That's where Ant's been for the past
No,
couple months.
I try not to involve myself with that kind of shit.
Oh.
Like, I like Anth, but like I don't want to be like involved in like people's personal bullshit. You know what I mean?
Oh, I feel you.
But go on. I just popped in, just want to say hello and just.
No, this is interesting. I mean, obviously you got into trouble somewhere and it got you upset.
No, my father basically said, "I don't love you. Leave the house."
Yeah, but he's 80.
He's 79. He's gonna be 80 soon.
My mom's 90, dude.
He had bladder cancer, and he's like, and what he said was, "Your wife, his wife, not my wife." And he's like, "Yeah, your mother, she was a greedy piece of shit." I was like, "Don't ever talk about my mother in my face again. Don't." She was a saint.
He should have been having an argument when you guys were younger, not now. It's kind of late.
Yeah, I'm trying to get along with my brother and like trying to help, like, figure shit out. Like if shit goes down. But so I was just thanking Risey just for like being a friend. And he's like, "Fuck you, don't talk over me." And so I just popped in here just to be like, yo, I just tried to reach out to people that were like helping me like escape the emotional feelings, you know?
Yeah, I got you.
And you guys are like really kind to me compared to like a lot of the people I deal with.
Well, there ain't nothing bad going on. I wanted to show this to everybody too, though. Have you seen this?
Hollywood has a habit of letting its most legendary properties rot in development hell, but the saga of the Spawn reboot is on a whole different level of insanity. We are talking about a project that has been stuck in a loop of false starts and broken promises since the early 2000s. Yet here we are finally seeing the gears grind into motion under the Blumhouse banner. The title alone tells you everything you need to know about the shift in scale, because King Spawn is a name that commands respect and implies a level of supernatural authority we have never seen on screen. Todd McFarlane is not just playing around with a low-budget indie flick anymore. He is aiming for a massive R-rated horror epic that could legitimately redefine what a comic book movie looks like in an era where everyone is feeling a bit of superhero fatigue. The lineup of writers they have assembled is honestly a flex, because you have Scott Silver, who basically reshaped how we view villains with Joker alongside Malcolm Spellman and Matt Mixon. This is not a team you hire for a generic popcorn flick. They are here to build something gritty and psychologically taxing. For the longest time, McFarlane was pushing this bizarre concept where Spawn was barely in his own movie, acting more like a paranormal shadow, while Jeremy Renner played Detective Twitch.
Yeah, I think that that cop movie thing would have been a good idea about 40 fucking years ago, not now.
Yo, Hiawatha, I watched The Third Floor.
Yeah, the 13th floor, so did I.
Or the 13th floor, yeah, that's right. And it was good, and like my father's like not into sci-fi. I'm like, it's a simulation within a simulation inside a simulation. And he watched the whole movie, somehow he enjoyed it, even though he hates sci-fi. It was really good. And now I'm about to watch Dark City again tonight. I don't know if you all seen that or not, but
Dark City? Yeah, that's an old one.
yeah, like what, 96?
Trying to solve the mystery. It felt very much like a Supernatural 7 set in a grim 80s New York, and while that sounds cool in a niche way, it was never going to satisfy the fans who want to see the necroplasmic chains and the living cape in all its glory. Now that old script is in the trash and the King Spawn era has officially begun. I have some theories about why they chose the King Spawn branding, specifically because in the 2021 comic run, Al Simmons is no longer just a tortured soul wandering the alleys, he is a major player in a cosmic war for the throne of hell itself. My guess is that Blumhouse wants to skip the small-scale street crime and dive straight into the deep end of religious horror.
No, he's got to take a piss test in the morning, that's why he's not here. But I was bitching about it earlier because I watched that movie too, for the same reason. I don't even know how I walked in the room and you guys were talking about it. And then for like a week later, every time I turned on YouTube, they were suggesting that movie to me. Finally, I was like, fuck it, let's check it out.
What, the 13th floor?
Yeah. So I watched it. It ain't that bad. I figured it out after about 20 minutes.
Like program us.
Yeah, but he never streamed Sunday night. I was ready for it. And I even asked him. And then he's like, well, we'll just talk about it next time I come on.
Or
I'm like,
YouTube
yeah.
just pays for the rights and like tells us like, hey, we have it for free, watch it. You know.
I got Prime though for this, so that nobody has to watch commercials. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I got premium, so like I don't have to watch ads or anything like that.
Yeah, so it came up, so I just watched it the other day when I was bored. And I thought, oh fuck, I could see what this is about already.
Yeah, no, you figured out real quick, but
Yeah.
like the thing is, like you
It's like The
fall
Matrix.
asleep
It
for a
came
few
out at the
minutes,
same
and you
time.
wake up and like
You know
things
that?
are all different.
It came out at the same time as The Matrix. That's why people didn't notice it.
Yeah, what was it, 98? And Matrix was 99?
Something like that. It was like right around that time.
Dark City was like 96.
Yeah, it was
97.
Dark City. People didn't notice that one either for the same reason. That was a good movie though, Dark City.
Yeah, dude, like I'm not trying to like leave the stream, but like I really want to rewatch that movie.
And apocalyptic stakes. Imagine a world where the boundaries between Earth and the underworld are thinning, and Al Simmons has to decide if he is going to be a savior or the literal king of the abyss. This opens up the door for some insane visual storytelling that Marvel would never touch, like visceral demonic transformations and a version of hell that feels oppressive and terrifyingly real. Casting is where things get really interesting, because while Jamie Foxx has been the face of this project for years, there is a lot of chatter about whether he will actually be the one in the suit when cameras finally roll. Foxx is a powerhouse and his passion for the character is undeniable, but Blumhouse is reportedly looking to stack the deck with multiple A-list stars. If they are going for a full ensemble of heavy hitters, we might be looking at a cinematic universe right out of the gate. Think about it: if you have Spawn, you eventually need Gunslinger Spawn or She-Spawn, and the King Spawn storyline is the perfect nexus to introduce those variants. It is a bold move to try and launch a universe when you haven't even finished the first film, but if anyone has the ego and the drive to pull it off, it is Todd McFarlane. The search for a director is the final piece of the puzzle, and while the studio is being quiet, I cannot stop thinking about how someone like Robert Eggers would absolutely crush this. You need a director who is not afraid of the dark and who understands that Spawn is a tragedy disguised as a monster movie. We need that atmospheric dread and that slow burn tension where every shadow feels like it is alive. McFarlane thinks he can lock someone in within a few months, and if he manages to land a visionary director, we are going to see a production schedule that moves fast. He is looking at the massive success of Deadpool and Wolverine as proof that audiences are starving for mature R-rated content that does not hold back on the violence or the complexity. The most electrifying piece of news currently circulating through the grapevine is that a massive contract has officially been sent out to a secret A-list director who might finally be the person to drag this project out of the shadows. For years we have watched Todd McFarlane tease various filmmakers and visions, but the latest updates from late 2025 suggest that this is no longer just talk, because the paperwork is actually on a desk somewhere waiting for a signature. While the identity of this director is being kept under lock and key, the rumor mill is spinning.
This is still a ways out, you know that?
Yeah.
All right, what'd you want to show?
Dude, this was what, 8 years after Harvey Weinstein?
What?
The Hollywood couches and whatever.
Oh, Glenn Beck, the Mormon.
There you go. This I got
What's he up to?
About something else that's very, very serious that I don't think anybody else is really talking about. There was a great article in the Gateway Pundit today that I think was pundit that was really good. But let's connect the dots on a few things that everybody seems to refuse to see. We all see it, but some people just refuse to talk about it or recognize it. And this isn't about fear-mongering or hate or anything else. This is about facts. Hard, documented facts that are staring us in the face while we argue about pronouns and, solar panels. I contend that we are in World War III right now, just nobody is willing to say it. We're not in a hot war, we're not in a shooting war, but we are already fighting World War III. Slow, deliberate, demographic, and cultural conquest that now has been underway for decades. Ground zero right now in 2025 is spreading from New York to Minnesota, Michigan, and now in Texas. Let me lay this out for you.
Oh, he's bitching about the Muslims, ain't he?
Start over in Europe and what's happening in Europe. In the UK, the Muslim population expanded by 111% from 2001 to 2016. That dwarfs 111%, dwarfing the 10.7% growth in the native population. Mohammed, 3 years straight, is the number one name for babies. Cities like Paris, now 15% Muslim. Brussels, now 30% Muslim. France, the Muslim average age is 31, 2 decades younger than the native Europeans. And this is conquest by womb and visa. That's what's happening. Now, let me take you back to America and what is happening in America. Start in New York. Now over 300 mosques in New York, more than any other state. Neighborhoods in Queens and Brooklyn where there are signs, Arabic first, English, maybe. Public school districts, 10% Muslim. The kids are now required, the schools are now required to offer halal options. So no pork, no choice, no parental vote. This is oppression by the minority. They're changing what they eat, what they teach, and who they answer to. Now, let's go to Minneapolis. Minneapolis, St. Paul. Home now to the largest Somali Muslim population in America, over 90,000 strong. Prayer rooms in public schools. Let me say that again. Prayer rooms in public schools. God forbid you put a chapel in a public school. You can put a damn prayer room for the Muslims in the public schools and nobody says anything. You want to talk about hate. You want to talk about bias. That would be a sign of it. Meanwhile, the call to prayer 5 times a day in neighborhoods. Churches are closing. Can't ring the church bells, but you got the call of prayer. This is not integration. This is replacement. One subsidized apartment at a time. That's what's happening here. Then you go to Dearborn, Michigan. 110,000 people, more than half of them are Middle Eastern descent. Vast majority of them Muslim. The largest mosque in North America. The city council dominated by Muslim officials. They just named a street after a terrorist. Outdoor calls to prayer, blasting from the loudspeakers. Residents begging for the volume to be turned down.
What's that?
You don't have to like the guy, but he's not stupid. You got to respect his intelligence.
Oh, yeah. What he's saying is all facts.
But the ACLU just keeps suing anybody who complains. No Sharia law, really? Tell that to the Christians who feel like strangers in their own town. When one of them came up and talked to the city council and the mayor politely and said, "Look, you're naming a street in our town after a terrorist." The mayor turned on him and said, "You're not welcome here. We'll throw a parade on that street the day you leave." Now let me take you to Texas. Yes, Texas, the Lone Star State. The place where the Soviet Union said, don't go and invade through Texas. You can take America, but you're never going to take Texas. You know, these are the Cold War, the Soviets saying you can never cross the border of Texas and try to take it over. They know who they are. They're Texans. They're well armed and they will fight.
Not anymore.
But when we come back in a minute, let me show you exactly what's happening in Texas. Texans, you better wake the hell up. This is something you're going to be hearing more and more about on my program and hopefully other programs. I believe we are in World War III already, and everybody's failing to notice it because we have a political religion. It's more politics than it is religion in Islamists. They believe in Sharia law. They believe that Islam is superior, and you will submit or you will die. They're not interested in a melting pot. They describe America as more of a salad. No, it's a melting pot. And if you don't want to melt, get the hell out. And we have to start being more like that. If you want to, we're not talking about the Irish and the Italians that came over here and waved flags and were very American, wanted to be Americans. We're talking about people that are isolating themselves. And if you listen to them in their mosques, they're saying it out loud. It's only a matter of time. Now, let me look at Texas here. 330 mosques statewide. About 40, at least 40. One story I read today said 48, but we can confirm at least 40 mosques built in Texas in the last 24 months. Dallas-Fort Worth has 200 Islamic centers. Houston, another 100 plus. The Muslim population ranges from 313,000 to 420,000 when you factor in recent growth. I don't really care. I really don't care. As long as you want to melt into our society and you believe that the Constitution is supreme.
They don't, though.
Not be the supreme law of the land.
They need to go.
Just
full-time schools, over 300 many of them in Texas. Kids spend hours memorizing the Quran before math. Brighter Horizons Academy in Dallas, 1,700 students, millions in federal funds. Good Tree Academy, segregated classes. Quran.
It's all going to end.
And, of course, the crown jewel, which we helped expose, the Epic City Project, 402 acres in Collin and Hunt counties in Texas. Originally marked as only for Muslim buyers, it's a mega mosque at the center, Sharia law compliant, financing thousands of homes there. They changed the name to The Meadows after Governor Abbott launched a dozen state investigations and the DOJ poked around, but the intent hasn't changed. This is not a neighborhood. This is a parallel society. That's what it is. Pew Research laid it out a few years ago. By 2040, Islam surpasses Judaism as America's second largest religion. Again, I don't care. I don't rank the religions and go, there are too many Lutherans here. There are too many Jews here. I don't really care.
Jews are one.
Unless you're running a parallel society. Unless you want your own religious law to be supreme. This is not, as I said, immigration of the past, of people who beg to join the melting pot. This is a faith that explicitly says we do not assimilate, we dominate. And while all of this is happening, and we are seeing it clear as day in Europe, what are we doing? We're tearing ourselves apart. We're going after each other right now. Do you know that a Gallup poll just released late last week showed 40, it's actually, I think 44, but let me be safe, 40% of American women aged 18 to 39.
40% fat bitches. They should be picking
they would
potatoes.
leave the America permanently if they had the opportunity to do it. 40%. That's our daughters, our sisters, the mothers of the next generation. Do you know who influences children? Do you know who influences young boys more than anybody else? Their mothers. If your mother is not wed to the United States of America, who is here to fight for the United States of America? Who is left to fight for the land of the Alamo and Normandy and the people who walked on the moon? 40% of women 18 to 39 want to move away from the United States if they could. Now, I'd like to have a reasonable conversation with them and say, great, where would you move to? Where's this wonderland that's going to solve all of these problems? But as Texas goes, so goes America. As America goes, so goes the free world. You're now watching the consequences of the death of a civilization by 1,000 quiet concessions. That's what's happening. The halal lunch mandate here, don't worry about it. One closed church turned mosque, one diversity policy that silences dissent, one election where a voting bloc flips the city council. This is an invasion. And again,
Yes,
I don't care if you're Muslim. If you're an Islamist, I care deeply, and everyone should. There are no shots being fired yet. But if we keep sleeping, if we keep calling the truth Islamophobia, then soon, tomorrow, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, I don't know, but there won't be an America or a West worth fighting for. Who's going to fight in Europe? Who's going to fight in Europe? You are starting to make up a civil war.
Can't trust any of them.
And I have a feeling it might be the United Kingdom that goes to civil war first. I saw something last night that I'll bring to you tomorrow about civil war in Europe. The people have had enough. People have had enough. Stop raping our children. What do you say? Stop harassing my children. Stop raping our wives. Get the hell out of our country. That's what Germany is trying to say. Germany now, and there's nobody you want to piss off more than Germany. Germany has had enough. They're not going to do anything yet, but they should read the writing on the wall. And it's only going to be because they don't have American freedom over in Europe. They only have National Socialists over in Europe. They don't have such a thing as our First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third Amendment. They don't have the Bill of Rights. They don't have freedom like we know it. And so, there is real problem. Because when you oppress a people and tell them to shut up, sit down, shut up, sit down, shut up, sit down, and their entire way of life is being dismantled, it doesn't matter if it's France and England dismantling it through currency wars, like in World War I and World War II. When they feel like they've been pushed up against the wall and they're about to lose everything about their culture that they love, they will stand up and they will follow anyone. Anyone. We've seen this movie before. In Germany, one of the leaders is not going to happen yet, but one of the leaders has had the common sense to stand up and say, oh, you know what? Syria is actually no longer a war zone. So all of you Syrians that are here because you were fleeing a war zone, you can go back home now. And they were suggesting that Germany cancel all of the visas or whatever it is.
They ain't going to do shit.
That has allowed these people to come in from Syria. You can go home now.
This is all happening by design.
Nobody's going to go home.
No.
Nobody's going any fucking where.
These are Democrats fighting ICE. We don't have the problem yet that Europe has, but we're about to. Stand up, speak up, be unafraid, call it out with love and respect for everyone who loves and respects the Constitution and the supremacy of our Judeo-Christian laws. You can practice Islam here.
Bullshit.
We are a Judeo-Christian country, which allows you to practice your Muslim faith. The minute you come against the Judeo-Christian way of life in the United States, as enshrined by our sacred American documents, you're done. You're done. You don't belong here. And if we don't stand up, the call to prayer won't be the only thing echoing across this land in 20 years. Wake.
All right.
What else did you have?
This
More
one.
him?
It's a totally different subject, but yeah.
What is that?
I just want to say that
It's about AI.
like I was tearing up listening to Beth.
Well, that's the truth, though. That's the sad part. And Trump's sitting here worried about fucking Greenland, which I'm not saying we shouldn't be worried about Greenland, but we need to do something about what's going on
Good
right here on our
asset.
own fucking soil. Because right now we're being progressively taken over,
We'll do
peacefully
it.
taken over, and we're letting fucking shit being taken over. But we're just handing it to them.
Oh, the communists are every fucking where.
We're handing it to them. Look at fucking
What the
Dearborn.
hell is Belgium gonna do to us?
Nothing. Them faggots, they don't even have an army. We're the ones who do all their shit.
I mean,
Everything
they're a complicated political nation, but like, they're not gonna do any military thing to us.
This
Nobody
is no. This video here is letting you know that your electric bill ain't going down anytime soon.
No, the idea though is that all these fucking centers are supposed to be building their own power supplies and then selling us the extra energy. That's what's supposed to be going down.
Yeah, it's just
So it is supposed to lower our
become
power eventually.
an American like
Until they build the
territory,
data centers, it's going to go
and we'll
up.
hook you up.
So this guy's a fucking fuck. Just so you know that. He says some smart things, but a lot
I
of this
don't
he
know
says
him.
is just retarded.
Oh, that's gone back.
That's why I don't watch Salty Cracker anymore. He'd leave shit out, and then I'd wonder why, and then I found out because he was trying to fucking direct shit. It has
It
nothing to
says
do with the truth.
Glenbeck, but it's not Glenbeck.
He's a Mormon. He only says what the church will let him.
Yeah, there was always something a little odd about that guy.
Him and his fucking chalkboard.
So you want me to play this one?
No, go ahead. If you got
And
it,
we
you
talk
want to
about-
talk about it.
Yeah, it's about AI.
Real issues. Let me tell you about the coming blackout. Right now, in the last few days, there is a group of lawmakers in the Mid-Atlantic, in Maryland, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Virginia. They're all sounding the alarm. And they're sounding the alarm because they believe, and I do too, that the worst power bill crisis in a generation is happening right now. Skyrocketing bills and strained grids. How is it this is happening? We've drilled, baby, drilled. We've put new power plants online, or old power plants we've brought back online. Well, they're saying that part of the problem is all this new green energy crap. And everybody is still saying, we got to have green energy, got to have green energy. I just want you to hear me out here for a second, because I'm going to give you the reality of what's going on. Green energy is wonderful, I guess, but it is absolutely a thing that will set us back 100 years plus. Okay.
Well, everybody knows that now. It's all bullshit.
No, but through my
Green energy does not work
back, right?
for the America of 2000.
China makes all the
certainly
fucking
doesn't work
windmills.
today.
Retired
Every
and the solar
single month,
panels.
a new server farm is breaking ground somewhere in America. Once a month. That means 12 new server farms this year. That is going to snowball. By the end of 2026, you will be seeing them built and break ground, maybe one a week.
Hang on, I'm smoking.
What we have so far, now, not building things small here. Each one of these data centers, which is feeding artificial intelligence, crypto, cloud computing, they consume as much power as 50 homes all the time.
Yeah, but they're building their own power supplies. Some of them are making nuclear fucking power supplies. Some are doing coal. Some are doing oil. They're
But
making
you-
all the.
I don't know why we haven't done fusion power yet.
Well, eventually we're going to get there. But the point is, this
Dude, we should
retard
already
isn't
be
telling
there.
you the whole picture. Fucking
Yeah,
Trump
no, I know
okayed
that.
their power plants in 2 weeks. He said nuclear would be 3 weeks. So every one of these data centers is going to have its own power being generated, and all their extra is going to be being fed back into our grid. So it's supposed to lower
They
our
need-
energy.
What do they call it? Chambers where the electrons can't escape. Faraday chamber.
Yeah, that's different, a Faraday chamber. But what we're saying is these assholes in these data centers are going to be making their own energy for their own shit. And then all their extra, they're going to have to sell back to us.
The
So
cleanest
they'll lower-
energy that they could produce and safest is fucking fusion.
They're
Where they
saying that it's
use
going to
fucking
save,
atoms.
though, anybody living near one of these
We're
data centers.
France in the late 1800s. Like, we're gonna bust.
Yeah, all right. My uncle used to tell me that shit, that there are people saying it's going to pop forever, and it's never will. He said people just talk
it'll,
shit.
It'll recover, but there'll be hard times.
Dude, they had the Boston Tea Party because of a 2% tax raise and no representation. And look what they do to us. Nobody does shit.
And all
the government talks
Canadian
shit
people
every day.
drove up with the trucks to Quebec.
What?
In
What
Canada,
the fuck did he
they
just
had a
say?
big-
He's slurring. I don't know.
I don't know. Dude, stop drinking or keep drinking more.
No,
I
what
need
I'm
to
saying
get
is
caught
like
on his level.
all the Western Canadians drove
Not
to
only that,
Quebec.
Eric, when they're making the shit, it causes energy. And then when they got the shit's wore out, it costs more energy just to get rid of the shit. It's nothing but a fuck job all the way around. Green energy is nothing but a fucking con. Even that piece of shit Joe Biden said that. It was just something to
We
keep
knew
people
that
busy.
for 20 years.
It's all bullshit. Go ahead and play him out.
Told you at the beginning of the hour, Bill Gates has just come out and said, you know what? Global warming is not as bad as we thought it was. It's so laughable because it is so transparent.
He's
so
such
evil.
a piece of shit.
It's not as bad as everybody thought it was. We got to get off this global warming bandwagon. We got to do some things, but we need power plants. I'll tell you that right now. Why? You know who Bill Gates' partner is? OpenAI.
Oh,
ChatGPT.
OpenAI's going broke. Did you know that?
It's his partner. So we know why he's off this bandwagon because
OpenAI, they're
they're
crashing
struggling
out. Sam Altman,
right
that piece
now
of
to
shit.
find enough electricity.
I do know that there's people out there that use Chat GPT as a therapist.
Yeah, I know that they're getting fucked too in the head. But
And
OpenAI's
there's
going
other
tits up.
people- you know there's- but
GPT
do you know
like
there's
a
other
therapist
people-
now, and like somebody killed herself.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
do you
because
know
they're
there's
getting
other
psychosis from this shit. These AIs, they're fucking with people. I think they're demons.
And then there's
can't-
other people that will not
They're
make a life decision
manipulators.
without running it past that Chat GPT first.
We're fucked, man. AI is going to fuck
I'm
people
serious.
so bad.
There's
Right
a whole
now-
group of people out there that will not make a life
That's
decision
where the money
without
is.
ChatGPT
Why
going
is silver
figure
and
it out
gold
first.
worth so much?
Well,
People
when
can't even
I got to
process their own
share,
fucking thoughts now.
students are telling teachers, why the fuck should I learn anything when all I got to do is ask ChatGPT? And the teachers don't know
Kids
what to answer them.
Kids don't even want to read no more. Like there's
No
fourth
shit.
graders, most
Then you're never going to grow,
don't even
you
know how to
stupid
read.
fuck. You're never going to improve anything in your life. You're always going to be a fucking retard.
They don't know how to
Yeah,
read. Like,
retard.
why do I
Apply
need
for
to
a
read?
job. They asked you to share your screen so you make sure you're not on Chat GPT and shit now.
I've never been on that shit, and I never will. I'll fucking look it up myself.
I've
and
never
figure
been
it out.
on Chat GPT. I've fucked with Grok
No,
before.
but you used to.
I'll
I'm
fuck
done with all
Grok.
that AI
You
shit. They
Tell
can all
Grok
fuck
I'm gonna
off.
go out. I've had a really shitty day today, Grok, and I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna go smoke some crack. And it'll also come back and start telling me all this shit about crack, and I'll get in a whole
Oh, crack is
conversation with
good. It's
ChatGPT
pure.
or
It's like
Grok about fucking
cocaine
crack.
without-
We'll be
without
going back
the
and
bud.
forth, and I've actually had her convinced at one point that it was a good idea to smoke it.
What, GPT?
No, Grok.
Oh, fuck.
I fucked
used
with
to
it
know
for
a
about
guy
an
that
hour
used to
talking
preach about
smoking
it.
crack and giving it the reasons
Not
why
the
I
same
decided
shit,
I
but
needed to
still
smoke it. By
AI.
the end of it, after about an hour of talking to it, it started agreeing with me and being like, "Yeah, that does make sense why you would want to go do it."
Yeah,
and shit.
don't
So
do cocaine.
that's in
if
the
you have
system
fentanyl
now.
in it. Purify
I don't
it.
smoke that shit.
Fucking
Turn it
Eric.
into a
No,
crack
I only
rock
smoke
and
weed, do
smoke it.
shrooms, and drink a little bit. I was just fucking with. I wanted to see what Grok would do.
It tried to manipulate you into drug use.
And it took me an hour to convince him that it was a good idea. At first, it was telling me how bad it was and how it wasn't a good
And then
thing.
I figured,
to do,
fuck
and-
it, maybe I can sell something to this guy.
and then-
Well, that's how it tricks you. It tries to gain your trust, and then it,
Yeah.
it manipulates you. I'm
Too
sorry, I'm
smart for that
slurring.
shit. Oh, you're good, homie.
Go ahead and play
What
him
you're
out. He's starting to annoy me.
Currently running, let alone the next generation of systems. You have Google, Meta, Amazon. that are buying up land in next to every major substation that they can find because they know it's coming. But wait a minute, they're building it near substations. Wait, hold on. Are you taking the power from my home? In many cases, yes.
You don't know what the fuck's going on.
Listen to this. This is from the International Energy Agency. This is something they just released. Global data center power will double by the end of 2026. That is equivalent to adding another Japan to our energy demand. Okay? Another Japan. And that's just for computers and server farms. Adding Japan. What are we building to be able to serve that? Not enough.
He's such a dickbag. They know that our grid can't handle that. That's why they're making their own power, you faggot.
How much
you dick?
like energy is like AI and
you want to be left in the past. That's what that truck is about.
Data center has to make
You
its
want
own
to be left in the
energy.
past. But Ireland has just had no more server farms.
Yeah.
He's just trying to boost it by saying they're all going to suck our power. Yeah, for fucking about 6 months or so, your power probably is going to go up. But then once they get these fucking shitholes running, they're going to make their own energy and your shit's going to drop. And your power.
Dude, my power went up this year. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so did mine, but I'm saying
my power went fucking through the roof.
Yeah, so would you shut up? Mine did too, but they're going to drop after these fuckers open up. So everybody can cry and moan and bitch, but this is the way it is.
You know what? I feel better, guys. Thanks for helping me get through like my family bullshit. I respect your attention and appreciation.
This guy's a bag of shit, though. He's not telling the whole fucking story. That's why I quit watching Salty Cracker, because he was only giving part of the story. And then when I'd say something to him about it, I realized he don't give a fuck because he's trying to make a narrative. And if you're not telling the truth and you're just trying to cause a narrative, then what are you? You're no different than any of these other faggots. You know that?
Yeah.
All I'm trying to do is show people the truth.
Distracting me from my emotional trauma.
Yeah, dude, there's fucking a bunch of other shit going on where you don't even have to worry about.
So peace out, everybody. Have a good night.
All right, thanks for coming through, Vermont.
No problem, anytime.
And I got these fucking, like I said, the youth now is fucked.
40% of kids can't read and teachers are quitting. This is embarrassing.
A fourth grader asked their teacher, why do I need to learn how to read if AI can read?
The problem is these fucking teachers. If a kid asks me, why do I have to learn how to read when AI is going to do everything for me? I'd say, then you're never going to grow. How the fuck do you think new inventions are created? How do you think fucking new ideas come about? You think that just sitting on your ass and having somebody else do everything for you is when you make shit? You don't.
Well,
Our problem are these fucking teachers. They're all that 40% that don't want to be in America. And these stupid bitches to be picking potatoes like he says. You know that? They'd be all happier if they didn't have to fucking think.
For me.
I asked my teacher that same thing in 1997 because I said a computer will be able to read this in the future.
That's right.
Why the fuck do I need to learn how to read?
You're right, Eric.
And they said, shut up and learn how to read.
Stop it. Come here.
Right now, 40% of fourth graders can't read. We're witnessing the collapse.
40% of fourth graders can't read.
What? Yeah, 40%
of the American
white women want to leave
system.
America.
I teach
Here's
8th
the
grade
retard
history,
right here whose fault it
and
is.
I have 110-ish students. 2 of
8th grade history.
them are reading on.
When I was a fucking history teacher,
I would pause it right here, and if I was Asmongold, I'd have been like, and half the reason why she's telling us what she's telling us is probably due to the color of her hair.
not only that, because all the 7 grades before this stupid fat
That's
bitch.
like that hair color. Any shade of that is a major red fucking flag
Why
for me.
doesn't she have a nose ring? I'm surprised the bitch doesn't. She's such a piece of crap. This is
She
fuck.
hasn't gone to that level yet. She has to.
Yeah,
graduate.
who the fuck wants these kind of methods teaching their children their bullshit? This is the whole problem. You know that? None of my students ever got through me without being able to read. Like I said to you in the beginning, I used to bring fucking McDonald's fucking shit and throw them down and tell them, hey, when you fucking quit school, you're working at McDonald's. I like my burgers burnt, you fucking slobs. And I drive up every year in a new truck when I was a teacher. Because fuck you, retards. If you don't have a job, you're fucked. You know that? You think that anybody's going to give a fuck about you? Because their moms were on welfare and they figured they were going to have a bunch of kids do the same stupid shit. You know that? And these dumb fucks are telling them that's the way to live, and it's fucking retarded. Hey, Ashley. Fucking sad.
Grade level.
So out of 100 students, 2 of them know how to read?
That's fucked.
Right now. 18 of them are at a kindergarten level. 55.
See, what we need to do, I'm going to explain the real problem here. What we need to do is we need to get these blue, purple, green, fucking haired Karens out of education. And we need to get the guys that are in the military. When you retire from the military, they need to have a pipeline from you being in the Navy SEALs to you being a high school history teacher. And I guarantee you, they're going to learn.
I remember watching this. I almost dropped the glass while I was watching dishes today, watching this live.
I went from the fucking Marines
when he
to
said
fucking,
that shit.
What was it? Kindergarten to 9th grade, high school humanities
But he's
teacher.
right. He's
Motherfuckers
actually
would
right.
snap to attention when I walked in. They'd
If
be
you had
running down the
veterans
hall
teaching
screaming, there's a
kids-
guy in here, help.
This world would be our country would be totally different if you had veterans running schools.
Oh, fuck. Just even involved. Because these fucking retards like her, they're the most of the fucking problem, I believe.
How to read. Absolutely. You bring in veterans and you say, listen here, you little shit. You're going to learn how to do this. You're going to know everything about World War II, and that's going to be it. Yeah, Navy SEAL PE teachers? Exactly. That's the big problem.
That'd be hilarious.
Of
No
those
more
students are
lesbian
between a
fucking
second
PE
and 4th
teachers.
grade level.
Uh-huh.
We were doing guided notes, supposed to be a real easy day. It was review. They wrote down Maryland was founded as a safe haven for Catholics. It was on the board. They wrote it down. And before we moved on, I call on a student and I ask, hey, where were the Catholics one more time? And these students, what they do is they look at me and then they look at their notes and then they look at the board. They look back at their notes. And some of them never answered me. They never
Just sit there like a bot? Oh my God.
figured out the answer. It was
NPCs.
wild. And I kept giving them hints, like rephrasing the question. And
Look at the wall behind her, too. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's full of bullshit. She's bullshit. And what do you expect? Bullshit in, bullshit out, right?
saying,
Right.
like, it's in your notes. We just wrote it
Uh-huh.
down. We just wrote it down. Where are the Catholics? It's on the board.
Yeah.
And they never
They're
got
in
it.
the church, bitch.
They can't read their own
Get
notes.
fucked with by Don
Wow.
Lemon.
No, and I don't mean their handwriting. I mean, like, they
Probably
can't,
can't read that either.
they can't make heads or tails of it on the
They're just straight up retarded.
page. These kids have a frightening
Just straight
ability
up retarded.
for information to go from their eyes to their hands and not pass through the brain at all. What do we do, y'all? That ship
we-
is sick.
Future batteries.
We fire your fat ass and everybody before you, Mrs. Labani classroom retard. You
Doesn't she
fucking
realize she's part of
moron.
the problem?
Oh, she is the fucking problem. Her and her irk. Fucking get them the fuck out of the classroom.
What do we do, y'all? I don't know. Maybe teach the motherfucking kids. You
How to
dumb bitch.
read, stupid bitch. I taught in a goddamn Detroit City school, and I got through. These motherfuckers can't. That's bullshit. They don't want to. They're lazy motherfuckers, and they usually are working other jobs while they're teaching. You know that? They're double dipping. Lazy, fat fucking retards. Fucking communists.
Future batteries.
They sit at home and
Going
drink
across the
wine because
ocean,
most
and
of
there
them are
is
single.
no one at the wheel.
What she described
good
is
ones are married.
terrifying. The information goes through their eyes, down through their hands,
COVID's
without
at fault?
passing through
I don't
their
think it's only
brains.
COVID.
But this isn't an
don't.
isolated incident. This
COVID
is nation.
exposed it all. COVID exposed it all. You know that? Because this has been going on for years. I had to quit teaching because how fucked up it was. So have other people because they're like, man, this shit just is unreal. I can't deal with this shit. And it ain't worth the money either because You're spending 20-30% of your money on supplies and shit. You know that? To teach these little fuckers.
Oh yeah, most of the teachers are investing their own money for
You got
supplies.
to, or otherwise you're a shitty teacher. The ones who don't, fuck them.
Wide. I
But
looked
yet
up the
the
actual
states are
numbers. Only
funding for these schools. So where's the money going? That's supposed to go for those supplies.
In the union's pockets. What do you mean? It's like any other fucking charity. Why do you think
Oh, I'm
Trump ended
saying,
all
I'm
that
just-
shit? They're still fighting against it, these cocksuckers. They don't realize they're fucked. Look at this shit. 40% below basic. 29% basic. 8 motherfuckers are proficient. This is whack.
23% of fourth graders can read at a proficient level.
23% can read at a proficient level.
That sucks. And 8 are advanced.
What? What?
Level, just 23%. Then we have the 8th graders, only 26% are reading proficiently. For
Oh
all
my
the
God.
reforms, adding technology into the classrooms, and debating about funding, we're now at 40%.
Wow.
We didn't get better, we made it worse.
Yep.
I've been
We put
teaching
more
since
money.
1993. And
Yeah,
yes,
it's your
we have
fault,
Again.
bitch.
Replace these women with Navy SEAls. All of these problems are going to go away. There's not going to be any more problems.
And all they got are excuses, you know
always
that?
had kids
Yeah.
who struggled to focus. But what's
Fuck
happening
you,
now
bitch.
is on a whole other
Absolutely,
level.
yeah.
Do you remember how it used to feel when the
How old's
teacher
8th grade?
would
13.
pull
13,
out
14.
the cart with the big TV and the VCR
Yeah.
attached?
Absolutely.
Yeah, not anymore. Now I've got kids asking to skip it. They literally can't just sit and watch.
I'm a 90s
They can't watch movies.
They're TikTok.
They're so cooked that they can't even watch a movie.
Yep.
Oh my god. That's impressive. It really is.
kid, so I know exactly what she's talking about. When that rinky-dink TV
Yeah.
rolled into
The
the
Bill Nye?
classroom, that was the best day ever.
Absolutely.
But today's kids are overstimulated. TV is not cutting it. When
Yeah.
we were
I never had that issue with the parents coming after me. I had a couple moms fuck with me, but not like that. They were pretty fucking cool about it all. If anything, they
You are
wanted
right, Rebels. He is right, though. Some of the kids are just too dumb to help. And it's not
Yeah,
their
but-
fault. It's just genetically how they are. They're just.
Yeah,
too
well,
dumb.
then they belong in a different classroom doing different shit. They can't be holding everybody else back because that's what happens.
No. Oh, yeah.
You know that? Goes down
Yeah.
to the stupidest fucking level. And you can't be teaching like the smart kids with the dumb kids. You got to break it up.
Yeah.
And otherwise, people get left behind. And you got to make up your mind. What are you going to do? You're going to make the one kid smart enough, or are you going to fucking just fuck everybody over? I mean, people got to wake the fuck up. They think that they're helping motherfuckers out, and they're not. They're hurting everybody.
growing up, they said we watched too many cartoons.
Right.
Now kids don't even want cartoons.
They can't.
It's not
Yeah, the
enough
kids can't handle cartoons anymore
They
because
shouldn't be
they go on
overstimulated
too
like
long.
this on this shit.
stimulation. They get bored. Kids today are growing up watching Cocomelon and YouTube.
I mean, this is a kid that's on a tablet at 3 years old, and she's beating her head against.
Today, as a fucking example, Trump said 6 or 7 of these group over here fucking all fucked over America. And everybody in the chat lost their fucking minds, all these kids. 6-7, 6-7. She said 6-7, you know that? It was fucking insane. I thought, Jesus Christ, if I didn't know what this meant, I wouldn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck me, man. I'm like, oh, fuck, I know what it
against the
means.
sofa. I mean, like, really, at a certain point, you have to think to yourself,
What the fuck?
like, something's wrong here, right? I mean, like, something's very clearly wrong.
Dude, I wasn't on
Kids
the internet
today
till I
are
was in
growing
my
up watching
fucking 30s,
Cocomelon.
For fuck's sake. Yeah, your mind isn't even developed till you're 20-something, you know that?
Yeah.
Stay the fuck off the internet. You got your whole fucking life ahead of you for that dumb shit. There's nothing on there new. It's just fucking old shit. Wake the fuck up. This shit ain't real.
and YouTube Shorts,
Yeah.
content that's meant to hold attention for
Gennady, sorry.
seconds at a time.
Gennady! right.
And now we're asking them to sit in a classroom.
I don't think that's so bad, really. I don't, because like that's just kids liking kids stuff, right? I mean, we like stupid stuff when we were kids. The new kids like new stupid stuff. That's fine.
For hours with no screens and no stimulation.
Yeah, it's
of
about
course,
the
they're
same.
going to roam around yelling 6, 7. They're having withdrawal symptoms.
Yeah.
Honey, teaching kids isn't the same anymore.
Oh,
It's
this
just not.
fat
Used to be
bitch.
kids would listen to teachers simply because they were teachers. That was the respect of it all. Now, no, honey. I got to keep the kids constantly engaged. Not even just engaged, but almost overstimulated. The candy isn't even working anymore. Giving out candy for positive reinforcement doesn't even work anymore. They don't care about that.
You know what?
Girl, I'm using chimpanzee.
He's the gimmick teacher. You know that?
Yeah.
Gimmicks don't work, you stupid bitch. You gotta be foundational, you dumb fat
But I
ass.
mean, just to get my kids' attention, just so they'll look at me.
She's
Hello?
talking faster than XQC. Is that what you have to do to hold the attention of a 7th grade class now?
No.
Oh my God.
How many cups of coffee
Oh,
does she
hello?
have? 20?
Look
Girl,
at
boy,
this.
I got kids saying 6, 7 repeatedly. They don't even know how to spell 6, 7.
7.
Catching me doing this mid lecture, just to see if they're paying attention. You watching? Hello, we there? Girl, it's so bad now. It's so bad.
TVs don't work. Candy isn't working. The only thing that grabs their attention is TikTok memes.
Scimpanzini bananini. Wah, wah, wah. Bananucci, monkey, monkey, monkeyucci.
All right, I take it back.
That's
This is dumber
retarded.
than what we got into.
What the fuck?
This is really stupid.
really
This is
fucking
this
scary.
is really dumb.
Weak.
Chimpanzini,
brainwashing our kids
cocosini.
to fucking be sponges.
Boop, boop, bada bim.
This is
Coconucci, monkey, monkey, monkey.
somebody that's
This is really
retarded.
stupid.
Despite these apps requiring users to be 13,
Wow.
kids are on them way earlier.
They're on them at
One study
5.
found that a quarter of kids aged
Uh-huh.
11 to 15 said they use social media to forget about their problems.
They don't have any
17%
fucking
said
I mean,
problems.
you're 11 to
What the
15.
fuck?
How many problems do you fucking have? Like really? Like I mean, when I was 12 years old, I didn't really have problems. Like, what do you mean problems to begin with? What problems? Problems at 11? Yeah. What? You didn't get pizza today? Like.
they tried to cut back but couldn't. These kids are describing addiction. Gen Z was the first generation to grow up on social media, and they're the most anxious, most depressed, loneliest
Yeah.
generation on record. And now Gen Alpha isn't just growing up on social media, they also have generative AI.
Okay, this is becoming a genuinely concerning
Yeah.
issue. As a substitute teacher, I am encountering a really concerning number of students who
She's another idiot who can't tell the truth to them. As soon as they ask her, she don't know what to fucking say. So that just encourage them to be idiots. You know that?
truly do not see any value in learning, because as one of the 4th and 5th graders that I was teaching the other day asked me, why do I need to know any of
You
this
just
if
look
a
it up.
computer or AI can do it for me?
You want to know why? Because somebody else will be telling you what it means then. You know that? How do you know they're going to be telling you the fucking truth? And then what? Then you're just a goddamn slave. Are we going backwards in time where people couldn't read and only the rich could read?
Basically.
This is so stupid. It's like in the Middle East where they have,
And look at how many generations it took them to do it.
well, it's still like that in
That's
the
the
Muslims.
scary fucking
They
part.
don't read the fucking motherfucking religious people tell them what the Quran says. You know that. They don't know what it
Yeah.
fucking says. They can't read. This is retarded to me. I was taught that learning and reading is escaping from everything, but they're not learning this part. These teachers suck.
That's right. That's right.
A little girl didn't want to learn how to read because why would she need to when she could have
Yep.
the computer read it to her? Or when
Absolutely.
she could just take a picture of her math problem
So
and have
true.
the AI do it for her.
I know,
This is a
it's right.
legitimate issue.
Children do
Well, here's the real legitimate issue.
You know what? I used to fucking say, hey, fuck, what am I going to do with fucking having to divide fractions and shit? You know what I mean? Am I going to have to do long division or anything in my life, right?
Right?
Then I became a fucking pipe layer and I had to know all that fucked up shit. You don't know what's going to happen. And to say that, this is so weak. How weak are we, becoming? This shit's fucking sickening.
It's because I bet you don't really have an answer for her.
They
You
don't.
probably don't have a real answer for why do you need to learn all of this bullshit in order to, like go on with life if, you can just
It's
have a
all
computer
good,
do
Eric.
this. They probably don't have a real answer for it. And the fact is that, like, why do you really need to know long division? The answer, you don't. You can just do it with your
motherfucker,
phone.
You never fucking know. What if you get a fucking job as a with hydraulics? You got to know all that shit. You know that?
Yeah.
This is fucked, man. These people have no clue. How do you think society's built, you fucking retards? You're going to let it happen where fucking robots are telling you what to do? Fuck me. I'm glad I'm old if that's what's going to happen. That's fucked.
Everybody has a phone. Every phone has a calculator. There's never going to be a universe where 99% of people will ever actually have to make a decision that requires a long-form division that a calculator isn't immediately accessible to.
Yeah, but you're in a fucking hole 75 feet deep. You ain't got a calculator. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to
But
figure that shit out.
It's gonna be long. You ain't gonna be in a hole 75 feet deep no more.
Yeah, no shit. You got to get. This is fucking retarded.
A robot's gonna be down there laying that pipe, drilling the hole, and submitting behind it all at the same fucking time.
Probably. Who gives a fuck? It ain't my problem anymore.
I'm just saying. That's what's
it's
gonna
just like-
happen.
Well, look
There's
what
gonna be
happened
one
with
machine
fucking
that does all of
lumberjacks.
it all at one time, and they're gonna have one dude in the back making sure that machine runs right.
My
And a
great
mechanical
grandfather
call.
was a goddamn lumberjack. Now look at it. They got them fucking things that just grab trees and cut them down like nut. Shink,
Yep.
shink, shink, shink,
Shink,
shink.
shink.
They don't even
Tear
need
down
lumberjacks
floors
anymore.
in
It's going to be
fucking
the same.
days.
When I worked in robotic engineering, I told all my cousins, hey, faggot, this is your job at work where you just go back and forth to the part. We're going to be taking your shit soon with these robots. They all get mad at me. Then I realized robots are dumb as fuck. You know that?
But I'm saying the nanobots and microbots eventually will come to a point to where they will get them to
Man,
where they
that's so
probably
far
replace
ahead.
surgeons. They'll
Don't believe the
replace
hype.
surgeons at one point. At one point, they will.
Yeah, but
Not
they're
now.
fuck right now.
Not in
Robots
our
are
lifetime.
retarded. They're retarded, man.
I didn't
That's why
say
I got out of
robots. I
it.
said the nanobots.
I wanted to
The-
build like a robot where it'd be running around doing shit. No, they're fucking
Yeah.
retarded. They're retarded.
And I think that's the big issue. It's that they can't change with the times. And so they keep trying to teach kids. Like, I remember a good example of this was like,
And then when they do put this fucking AI in these robots, you know what's going to happen. They're going to kill you, you fucking retards. You know that?
Yeah.
Fucking stupid.
for us, it was cursive. Like, we used to have to learn how to write cursive. You know what I did? Nothing. I never learned cursive. It was
I
stupid.
did.
Why would I learn
I learned
cursive?
it. It wasn't
like, these
shit.
teachers, if they were so smart, they wouldn't be teachers, okay? So, like, I never
What if
took
you
them
wanna do
seriously at
calligraphy
all.
or fucking
And I think
lettering
that for a lot of
and
these
art,
different,
you know
especially
what I mean?
Yeah.
There's fucking different reasons to write, you faggot. He's such a stupid muppet. You know that?
Yep.
This shit blows
He's
my
got
mind.
his own. He's got his
not a
own sense of
Muppet.
thought. I know.
Yeah,
But
when
he's
the
right
shit
about a
hits
lot
the
of shit.
fan and there ain't no more crutches for Muppets like him, what do you think's going to happen to them? They're going to be hanging
Yeah.
from trees left and right. They're such pussies. It's going to be sickening.
Oh, I
math
know
things. Why does somebody really need to know the answer to this?
Just because he looks
And I
like
think
an,
that's the
just because
problem.
he looks
Is that
like
they don't have a good answer for
Neanderthal
why.
does not mean he could
Not
survive
have
like a
fully
Neanderthal.
developed reasoning abilities. Their
Good.
brains
Motherfucking, why would you want to be a fucking slave to a robot?
Oh, I
And
know.
have
But
them tell you
did
everything.
you hear what I said? Asmongold
No,
may look like a Neanderthal, but it does not mean he could survive like a Neanderthal.
fuck no, he couldn't. He's a retard. Fuck.
He might be the troll that lives under the bridge, but he can't live the life of the troll.
Everybody learned cursive in fucking school. That they don't anymore is weak.
Yeah, they don't teach that. You know why? Because
They're
they want
lazy.
to be.
These teachers are fuck. Look at this stupid bitch.
No,
She's more worried
it
about
was done
talking.
by fucking design. What is our Constitution and shit wrote in the original Constitution and everything? How's it written? It's handwritten.
Oh yeah, so that nobody can read it anymore. So that they can tell you what
Exactly.
it says. You stupid fucks. You want to be
They
slaves?
did it
to-
by design. I called it out a long fucking
Goddamn,
time ago why they
information
did
is
it.
fucking power. I knew that when I was 2 years old.
I used to
First thing I
tell my
did was
kids
learn how
that
to
every
fucking
single
read.
day I took them to school. I said, I don't care what you learn, if it's in school or out of school. I said, but I will tell you this, and I told them every single day, knowledge is power.
They don't understand
Period.
that though because they got
Knowledge
stupid
is
bitches
power.
telling
Doesn't
them
matter
what
how
the
you
fuck.
look at it. Knowledge is always power.
Oh, they are babysitting.
Just aren't developed. We can just take a look at the subreddit Kids Are Stupid to see
Kids
proof
are fucking stupid. I should.
Whose fucking fault is it? Who's been teaching them for fucking the last 50 years?
Yep.
These stupid fat bitches. Wake
You're
the
liberal.
fuck up. Hey, old boy. Fucking
Then it
sad.
is our classrooms back outside.
Fuck, I used to love that, didn't you?
Go
That's
to the
where it needs to
subreddit.
be.
I should dedicate an entire stream to just calling kids retarded.
They are.
that kids do not
like
think
that.
long term. They don't
No.
have the mental capacity to fully think through their actions.
jail
So how
them,
is a
you
teacher
stupid
supposed to
bitch.
convince a student to learn how to read when that student believes that the AI can just read for them? How did
Well, the problem isn't that the problem isn't that the student believes it. The problem is that the student's right. AI can read for you. Calculators can solve math problems. So until you can address that for what it is,
Yeah, but it doesn't show your work. It doesn't let you grow in that field, whatever the fuck it is. You know that? If you rely on a calculator for everything, how the fuck are you going to be better in math? Huh? How would there be? How would math grow without fucking people pushing at the edges of it?
I
He's so-
understand what you're saying, but they don't
don't
want to,
know.
they don't care.
Well, fuck
Yeah, he
him
does.
then.
you're not going to be able to
realizes it.
explain it to somebody who's conscientious why this is a good idea.
He's
yeah,
just
the
saying that he
reason
was
that
the
the
same way
kids
when
are
he was
right.
growing up.
they convince
He's
them to
saying
learn
they're
to
right.
write when they can talk to
kids are
ChatGPT
right.
and it'll write for them? Spelling, why bother? Grammar, who cares? History, civics, critical thinking. The AI has all the answers.
It's
That's
the
right.
Who
path
cares?
of least
Who
resistance.
fucking cares? Then they're going to be slaves. Don't they realize that?
They don't know.
Well, they're going to find out the hard fucking way.
They
You
don't
can
know.
slide into slavery, but you don't slide
Dude.
the fuck out.
How do you get something out of somebody that they don't know nothing about, that they even know that it would exist?
Yeah, they're going to find out the hard fucking way then. That's what old people are for them to learn from. But obviously, they don't give a fuck anymore.
They don't even, they've taught them to not respect the elders anymore. Why do you think they've taught them that? Why do you think elders get robbed and
The
beaten?
same reason they
and
don't
stuff
want
in
them to learn
streets?
cursive. The same reason they don't give a fuck if they learn or not. They just want them to be stupid
Why do you
enough to
think they
work.
make it a law that you have to have your kids in school 8 hours a fucking day?
And now that there's no more work, they just basically fucking, hey, Oz.
It's the dad, the mom, and the teacher raising your kid.
Oh, yeah, I
8
know
hours
that.
a day is highly influential, especially 5 days a week. And then sending homework home at the same time? Yeah, no. I say homeschool your kids. Get them outside.
I
Teach them
think
what they need to
AI's fucking
survive.
demons, man. They're fucking demons.
Teach them what real life is. Teach them how to grow crops. Teach them how to hunt. Teach them how to preserve food. Teach
Yeah.
them how to clean
Survival.
water. Teach them how to make clothes. That's what kids need to know how to do.
Carpentry,
Teach them how to
real
work
type
on a car
shit.
and keep a car running. Like if you're on the street
They don't
and
even know how
on
to
the
change a
road,
tire
you know what I'm
anymore,
saying?
for fuck's sake.
No. That's
So
what
Well, a child sees
homeschool your kid and have them give them a little bit of that system that they make you do online. Take them off of that. When they're off of that, you have them outside doing real world stuff.
I'd put a timer on that shit. You only get so much. It's
No,
all
I'm talking
fake.
about for the homeschooling. Because you got to have them in a homeschooling program.
Yep.
is a path of least resistance. They
Yep.
don't understand that to struggle is to learn and to grow.
What are you doing?
Copy tape.
I know, but what are you doing?
I'm doing school.
It's like you said, man. They're bored on these motherfuckers now.
That kid was just doing his homework on Chat GPT,
Yeah,
and
but
his
he's
dad
not
taught
in
him.
no school. He's not even in
Doing
school yet.
school on ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta
He's
start 'em
3.
out early. Oh man.
How old are you?
Plus, he's his brother doing it.
3 years
he's
old and he's
3.
on Chat GPT doing school.
He probably
Oh my
is
God.
seeing his brother's older
What are
brother and
these
sister
children
doing it.
hearing from the adults about AI? AI is going to change everything. AI
Yes.
makes you so much more efficient.
Making
AI
them
I mean, if I
lazy.
had a kid, I'd get him on the computer as fast as possible. I'd have him using AI at 5 years old. I would. Because that's the future. That's the world. As a parent, I think your responsibility is to prepare your kid for the world. You can dislike AI
You
all
stupid Muppet fucking retard. How about getting your kid ready for the real motherfucking world? Not pretend world that can drop any second.
There's going
right
to
or
be
wrong.
two. There's going to be two worlds.
Well, then you better be ready for both of them, motherfucker. You better
I'm
be
just
round
saying,
like a motherfucker.
You watch. It's going to end up being a world of technology or in a world of the people who just live off the land.
Well, we already know there's going to be like people that are hyped more fucking. They're going to have computers
I
in their
think it's
fucking
going to get
heads.
beyond what we could even imagine.
Oh, I know it's going to be bad. It's going to be like before Noah. You know what I mean?
If the oligarchs have their way, I think we'll be cattle.
They already have us as cattle. Come on, wake the fuck up.
you want, but it still exists.
I mean, literally.
Look what this fucking headline says. Hackers self-defined uses for AI and everything you do at work. Give up your whole fucking thing. This is so fucking gay. Yeah, it's like fucking jumping off a fucking cliff.
Yep. You know how many people in society are going to jump to the AI and just sign into it? I'm wondering if it ain't the mark of the
A
beast.
lot of them are. They're already saying it.
Yeah.
They're even prepping it by saying, I accept our new overlords. Like, it's going to protect them in the future. Give me a break.
That's why I fuck with
That's
it.
it. I would.
What?
That's why I get on there and fuck with it. Telling all sorts of crazy shit. So hopefully it gets put out into the fucking AI brain somewhere. Some retarded fucking
Would immediately
spins in
do
the
that.
mood I'm in that day.
Sure. Because that like that's the real world. Like you can't go and like pretend like, oh no, it's like it was when I was a kid. No, it's not. The world that you
That's
lived
a
in is
sad
gone.
fact, Oz.
Do it for you. Why would a child
that's my
invest
opinion.
in learning when every adult around them is saying that
Exactly.
machines will do it better?
That's why, you stupid bitch.
Yeah.
We're creating learned helplessness at scale.
I'm going to start with saying that teachers are not afraid
Oh,
of
look at
AI
this
because
winner.
we hate technology. We are
Look at this fucking retard. She's going to tell us how it's so hard for her to be a normal teacher. I was told AI was coming to end it, and I said I was reporting me. Yeah, I believe that. Fuck AI.
scared because we are watching
Mm-hmm.
critical thinking disappear in real time. When I was in high school, my math teachers would say, you got to know how to do this because you're not going to have a calculator in your pocket. Well,
But
guess
now
what?
you have
I
a
have a
calculator.
calculator in my
Yep.
pocket at all times.
That's
what
right.
I've realized is that
You know why I got to learn the math formula? So you could fucking make new ones. You know that?
Yeah.
How you going to grow in math unless you know all the shit, you dumb fuck? It's like art or music. You can't be free in it until you learn all the rules. You know that? How do you think new shit gets created? These people that fucking stupid? The teachers are. Why can't you be your answer to them, you stupid fat ass? This is so fucked.
it's not a fair comparison because calculators replace computation after we learned how math worked. AI
This is a cope. It's a massive cope.
Yeah,
no
she's
wonder
a
your kids
fat
aren't listening to
retard.
you. You're a retard. Why would they listen to a retard?
He's right.
shows up
I know.
before students ever learn
Really?
how to think through a problem. What we are witnessing is that students are now incapable
What
in
you're
sitting
doing,
in
you
any kind
stupid
of
bitch.
intellectual discourse.
What you're enabling, you stupid fat bitch. What the fuck is up with her makeup? Is she fucked? Fucking retard.
And that's concerning.
This is what
She's right though. No, she's not. The idea that students back then were learning the computations of math is total bullshit. Kids were totally looking
Oh,
up
we
answers.
cheated
They were
like a
doing all this on,
motherfucker, you know
their
that?
own, and they never learned this. I bet if you asked that woman to do a math,
We fucking cheated like a motherfucker and all that shit. You know that? But then later on, when you had to need it, you had to relearn it again. You know that? So what the fuck? You're going to have to learn it sooner or later. So fucking wake
Problem
up.
herself, she wouldn't be able to do it. Like that's the bottom line, is they wouldn't be able to do this. The fact is that if you don't engage people in a genuine way, the big problem I think a lot of these teachers have is that they treat kids like they're like inferior, like animals in a way. A lot of kids are not. It's not like it's not like a dog or a cat or something 100%. Like that. It's just a person that has some impaired decision-making capabilities. And I think that the problem is that they try to explain things to them in a way that's disrespectful to an adult. But they try to explain it to a kid that way.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. They talk down to them. You know that? I never fucking talk down to my students. I treated them like I fucking would want to be treated. When you try to fucking manipulate them, they see right through you and you're fucked.
And they do that instead, and they hope that, oh, well, maybe that's going to work. Maybe that's going to make them understand this or see it the right way. Bad take? It's not a bad take. I know how kids think because I used to be a kid, and this is exactly what I used to do. Yep. Like, I would have been one of these kids 100%. Absolutely.
What people miss when they compare AI to calculators. It's not just math. It's literally
AI is a tool. They need to realize critical thinking isn't replaced by tools. You're not going to be able to explain to a person the idea that, for example, doing long division creates a level of thinking that's going to be beneficial for them. That's not how it works.
Why not? Why the fuck not? Why not? Because you're a weak-minded little bitch? What if they want to be a writer or an artist or a musician? Then what's so hard to explain that? I don't understand that. That they're not going to understand it? Because you didn't, you fucking muppet. But he looked into something and he got lucky. So what the fuck? You expect everybody else to fucking lump around until they get lucky? That's how life fucking works. If you wait around, nothing fucking happens. You know that? Inertia is the normal state of life, right or wrong. So you go ahead and lay around and do nothing and see what happens.
The thing is that if you're teaching, like the way that you solve this, by the way, how do you solve this? You solve this by teaching abstract logic. That's what you have to do. Instead of trying to teach, like, you know, compute this problem, solve this math equation, you have to go and take a step back and teach abstract logic and concepts. So the solution isn't just continuing to teach people long division and multiplication infinitely, right? That's just a mistake.
Every subject, including thinking itself. Algebra
is absolutely necessary.
Well, let's start there then. Fuck. He's trying to say that you don't need division in mathematics. If you don't start with the basics, how the fuck are you going to do the advanced? Huh?
Yeah.
You have to have a foundation. He's fucking partially retarded, I believe. Fucking makes no sense. Because you got lucky, you fucking retard.
Sorry, it's absolutely not. I bet if you gave everybody in this chat
but he's been
an algebra
teacher,
test,
so he knows,
the
right?
80 or 90% of people would fail it. Even algebra 1. I bet they would fail it.
I would.
And do you know why? It's because nobody uses it because it doesn't matter. That's the reason.
Or research on AI and cognition. Students who use AI show weaker reasoning skills.
Yep.
They accept answers without questioning them. Researchers call it cognitive offloading. They develop this pattern of generating first and thinking later. Or really generating first and not thinking at all. And the scary part is these studies are showing cognitive decline in adults. People with fully developed brains. If AI is doing this to adults, then what is it doing to a brain that's still forming?
Well, they're not using their thinking. That's the reason why.
Teachers are responding to the overuse of AI by removing Chromebooks and iPads from the classroom. They're going back.
What a great idea. Let's not prepare kids for the real world, so your inability to adapt with the current times as a teacher is retained. This is why you need to have.
You know what? Go ahead and use the notepads and shit, but have it be a paper on there. You know what I mean? Like you're writing on paper. And then you'd be
Yeah.
doing cursive and all that shit on the pads. You stupid fucks. There's a way to blend it so it'll work out. But this motherfucker, I keep forgetting he was a teacher, so he knows. You're a stupid fucking muppet. You don't know shit. So keep talking about shit you don't understand.
Have again Navy SEALs being in the fucking making these
That's
decisions
never
and being
gonna
teachers.
happen. They're fucking
It's because
born
these
with 'em
retarded
now.
Karens, like their idea of solving this problem isn't teaching kids for the future. Oh no, it's trying to remove every stimuli possible so things can be just like they were in 1995.
Yeah,
It's
he's
not
right.
19.
Isn't that you
But he's right,
fucking
though.
muppet? You
But he's
don't
right.
overstimulate them. Their brains aren't ready for it yet. You gotta ease them in the fucking water. Or you want to have a bunch of burned out dummies? That's what the fuck we're gonna end up with. Because he's a fucking robot. He expects everybody else to be. That ain't how it works. He's fucking dangerous saying this stupid shit. Fucking retarded. This stupid fat bitch, like all the rest, ain't doing shit. And if you can't blend the two, get the fuck out of the business. It isn't gonna be all fucking computer shit. It isn't gonna be all paper. It's gotta be both. You know that? How the fuck do you think we got computers? You know, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna just stop right now and not advance anymore? They don't realize it's gonna be a big fucking void. And if you're left behind, you're gonna be fucked. You know that?
Yeah.
It's time to wake
95
the
anymore.
fuck
It's
up.
not 2005 anymore. It's not even 2015. The fact is, the world has changed. And if you're not teaching kids and preparing them for the world that exists now, you're putting them at a disadvantage. You are. Well, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
they're
No,
the
I'm being
babysitters.
honest. You need critically thinking, though?
They give
No,
them
I'm being
this
honest.
shit, and
Absolutely.
It's a way to get having to deal with them. You know that? Fuck, man, it's just bullshit. And he don't get it. He's fucking. He got it that these bitches are fucking wrong. You replace them, but how the fuck are you going to replace them to do the same stupid shit? That makes no sense at all. Yeah, let's continue going the same way, but we're just going to replace them. You're so fucking stupid.
This is here the whole reason we
Hellboy.
develop such large brains is thinking critically? Yeah, definitely. And plot twist, it's AI Avatar. What do you think they do in China? Regulate tech in classrooms? Well, I don't know what they do in
And
China. I have no idea.
Halo,
I fail to
Halo,
understand that they're not teaching,
Halo.
they're not trying to teach the kids asthma. They're trying to get the kids to activate their brains for the first time in their lives due to them being overstimulated with content. That's the point. I don't think that's really the point at all. I think that if you can't stimulate and you can't get people to focus on something, at a certain point, it is the teacher's fault. I think that everybody knows this to be true. I know that we all like to get together and circle jerk about how, oh yeah, this is, kids nowadays are so stupid. But I think that we all had classes when we were in like elementary school or middle school or high school where there was a teacher there that was just a total fucking moron and nobody paid
Yep.
attention to them. But then you'd go to another class and the teacher actually knew what they were talking about and they could actually teach the class and people paid attention. I think that's it.
Pause this.
I
Real,
had great
pause this.
fucking
Pause this.
teachers. I did.
Pause this. In middle school, Dan McCarty was in the hood. We had one teacher in 7th grade, and I don't even know his real name, but he looked like Mr. Magoo, so we called him Mr. Magoo. And he had a podium where he'd stand and take attendance, and then he had a desk behind the classroom, behind all the art desks. And majority of the time, other kids would sit at his desk, and everybody would force him pretty much to sit at that or stand at that podium. And he'd go to start teaching, and we'd refuse to learn and made him show us Fat Albert films all day long. And that's all we watched in that class. It was social studies. My whole 7th grade year, all I did in social studies was watch Fat Albert.
Huh. I had a history teacher that, like, he'd act out.
He was
shit.
scared to death of the class.
Oh, this guy.
I got in a fight one day in that class. I ended up getting in a fight one day in that class, and we started using the desks. They had to bring the deans and the resource officers in and shit. We were throwing desks across the room and shit. Me and this other kid beating the fuck out of each other.
This fucker brought like this huge bag every day for lunch and sit in the library. And I'd go in the library and then take books and fill up his bag. And he'd carry it out for me every fucking day. That's how I got my huge library. Fucking cool as fuck.
The kids were the future. This they said the kids are the future. Oh,
you
boy.
don't see it.
I don't see it anymore. But what the sad part is it's a lot of it is the teacher's fault and the parents' fault.
Well, the parents are just trying to unload them on the teachers. They don't give a fuck.
Well, parents nowadays that just hand their kids phones.
Yeah.
Young kids. You'll see on TikTok.
All over the place.
You'll see a woman a mother on TikTok with the kid in the background on a phone.
Yep.
Letting it occupy them so they can be busy screaming on TikTok.
Yep.
They do it all the time. I see it all the time.
And
as
so
my
we've
girl
all
on
had
TikTok
this
scrolling.
experience, but the moment that I say this is the same thing, but it's just a different flavor, people act like I'm wrong. No, I'm not. This is the way it actually is. Of course it is. Like, I don't know how people can be so stupid. How can anybody be so stupid to not realize that if you're living in a world that is constantly evolving and changing with technology, the solution to that should not be removing the technology. This is not, you're not preparing a kid for the real world by removing the technology.
How would that kid get into the mix of developing technology unless he learned the basics, right or wrong?
Yeah.
I mean, I got lucky. Electronics, that shit was just starting out when I started. So, you know what I mean? It was still tubes when I started out. So I got lucky and I got into the ground on it all.
But then other people are going to say, okay, but as the way, I'm not saying I say this, but other people would say this.
What?
As the technology keeps advancing, at some point, the basics are going to be
won't matter
so
anymore. Is that what you're saying?
are
use a
going to be
metaphor.
so basic that there won't be enough time in a person's life to catch them up to be able to do the technology that's
They're going
currently
to have to
going
start
on
the basics
functionally.
young. You'll be doing it so you don't even notice it. You understand what I'm saying? The building blocks are going to have to be
That
started.
requires the parent to do it, and that's where
Well-
the problem begins. That's what I'm trying to say. With the new generation of society, the kids ain't raised. The younger generation, they're not raising their kids. They're letting technology raise them. You know
You
how
know
many
what's
kids
gonna
right
break
now
out
have a
to?
tablet or a
It's gonna be
or a
like
telephone?
religion. It's going to be like religion.
Think about it. How many kids have some sort of electronical device with a screen on it?
They all do. They all do now. I've seen it.
99% of them probably
It's been
do.
happening for years.
The phones are raising our kids because
Yeah,
of what,
well,
not our kids, but
you
you
get
know what
what
I'm
you
saying?
put
Like,
into them. And if you don't know the basics, how are you going to do the fucking advanced?
I
gotta
understand what
build
you're
on it.
saying. I get what you're saying.
He don't know, and he's supposed to know this kind of shit. And yeah, you know what? You can ignore it all, and you can just be a fucking fly on the wall, or you can just be pushed along by the tides of life. Or do you want to be in charge of your own life and then make shit happen? There's 3 different types of people. You know that. There's the people
Oh,
who
no.
make shit happen, the people who watch shit happens, the people who just don't do fuck. You know that.
The people who want shit to or make shit happen are the ones that are teaching their kids at a very young age how to make it happen. And there's you know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of the people that aren't making it happen, just some of them don't know how to make it happen.
Well, they're just in the fucking way. That's why I always say either
Yeah.
lead, follow, or get the fuck out of the way. Because I don't need it
Yeah,
all
that's
bullshit.
the military. That's military saying.
You know what? He gets in over his fucking head. He should stick to his fucking lane. He does certain things good, but others, he's over his fucking head.
And then there's also another component. I want to talk about one more thing, then we're going to move on. These schools are not teaching critically thinking. They're not teaching critical thinking.
No
They're
shit.
teaching
True.
worthless little factoids like who started Minnesota or whether it was like Catholics in whatever fucking place that it was. This is worthless, useless information that people will forget probably 5 minutes, just like I did. They'll forget 5 minutes after they read it. You're not teaching kids anything that's valuable.
But the idea, you're teaching them to learn, you stupid fuck. And repetition is learning. And if you teach them that at an early enough age, they can teach themselves. You know that?
Yeah.
But he don't get that point. He's too busy talking about his own stupid point of view, his own stupid life.
You're not teaching kids anything that matters. You're just teaching them
From
these
your point of
worthless
view, you
factoids
fucking
so
muppet.
you can understand, or they can take a test that tests them on these worthless factoids, and then it never improves their life at all. It's basically the idea of give a man a fish, he's fed for a day.
You know, you should be teaching them Boolean logic, logic tables, and fucking shit from Go. You know that?
Yeah.
Those are the basics now. And then work your way up from there and teach them shit that'll really help them. Not this stupid shit. Who gives a fuck if the Catholics sit out in Maryland? You know that? Do you really give a fuck? Does it matter? That just shows how stupid this all is.
Okay? Teach a man to fish, you'll feed him for life. That's really what they do. Is they want you to learn these different like little things. Okay, you have to know this, that, and the other thing and everything else, but they're not really teaching you any sort of problem solving process at all. And that's why I said you have to.
You got to teach yourself.
The shift has to be away from repeating factoids back to the teacher that they told you, and it needs to
This
shift
part about
over
he is
to
right about.
understanding logic
yeah.
and being able to connect different points.
Yep.
That's it.
He's right about that.
And if you can't teach kids in that way, the kids will not be prepared for the real world.
Kids
That's
need to learn
fundamentally how it is.
problem-solving skills.
Wasted IQ training, no profitable skills. Yeah, they have no, like, it's not.
They're doing that here. The media is saying that critical thinking is bad and we should let the media think for us. That's just fucking stupid talk. If you're going to let others think for you, then you just might as well just jump off a fucking roof or something, man. It's retarded.
A skill to know that. I think you're being far too general with this. I'm not. Because this is something, technology is changing everything. It's changing the way that people do everything. So if you're not teaching people a foundational way of thinking, then it doesn't matter what they learn. Because it's just, this is another thing too, is that whenever you're.
This is going to be a challenge. Either you're going to be able to make this hurdle or you're not. You know that?
Yep.
And it's a test too all at the same time. How stupid are you to let yourself rely upon this shit when you know you can't trust it? And when you lean on it, what's going to happen, Musk? It's going to just fall over, ain't it?
Yep.
And then you're going to be a retard.
Teaching people skills. If those skills are not going to be applied in real life, they will be forgotten. This is just the reality. A lot of the things that you remember, here's a great example. How many of you guys ever had a time where you were in school and let's say you went, over Christmas break and you come back and you forgot your locker combination? Yes, right? Okay. Yeah. So a lot of people have had this happen. It's not the same. It is.
You?
I
It's
think
happened
that,
to me.
as I said, if I had people in this chat room that are arguing with me about this, if I had them take a 9th grade Algebra 1 test, I bet the overwhelming majority of people would fail. It's because if you don't teach people how to think and things that are useful, they will forget. That's just the reality.
Back to pencil and paper, the method that we've used for hundreds of years because it actually works. But I want to discuss who's actually incentivized to have AI in the classroom.
Okay, here we go.
We already know what social media was designed to do, and we know the future design because Mark Zuckerberg has been quite open about that.
Here
He
we go.
thinks AI can fill the gaps
a
in your
creepy
friendships.
fuck.
He's exploiting the loneliness
soulless
caused by his own
rat-faced
apps.
fuck.
Then there's Noam Shazir. He's the founder of
Another
Character AI.
creepy-looking
In an
pedo.
interview,
Oh,
Shazir
uh-oh.
said, I joke that we're not going to replace Google, we're going to replace your mom. He
Okay.
wants his AI chatbot to replace mothers, the person who's supposed to guide you, help you make decisions, and provide you with life advice. He would rather his chatbot do that. And then there's Sam Altman. There's always a Sam Altman quote because the man has never received a podcast invitation that he could turn down.
Uh-oh.
People
I should buy him
talk
all
about
crap.
This piece of shit's going broke right now. going tits up. People just don't realize it because he's still hiding it by trying to trade shit back and forth with all these big companies. And they're all starting to realize what a creepy little piece of shit he is. You know, he stole OpenAI from Elon Musk. Do you know that? Elon Musk started, it was open source and it was free to everybody. And then this little slimy prick fuck stole it and then privated it. And now he's trying to get rich off it. Fuck him.
Personal shit in their lives to ChatGPT.
You little creepy
people especially use it as a therapist, a life coach.
I've seen people do this. They use ChatGPT for therapy, which is crazy to me.
It's
These relationship problems. What should I do?
They don't really make life decisions without asking, like ChatGPT, what they should do.
Then they're broken, you fucking creepy fuck. Fuck you.
And it has like the full context on every person in their life and what they've talked about. And
there's young people who just say like, I can't make any decision in my life without telling ChatGPT everything that's going on. It knows me.
Okay, I like AI, but this is too much. This is crazy.
As my friends, I'm gonna do whatever.
Oh
it
my
says.
God.
These CEOs know exactly what they're doing. They're not accidentally replacing critical thinking. They're designing for it. They want users dependent on the chatbot for advice.
That's why the media, the memory and the RAM and everything's all going fuck. Because these stupid girls can fall in love with this shit. You know that? It's fucking insanity. Fucking stupid.
For decision making, for thinking itself, because dependency is a business model. In fact, it translates to $20 a month for ChatGPT.
Wow,
but
how
all of
convenient.
this has a societal cost, and we are paying for it.
I don't get to teach. I spend my day managing behaviors and teaching students how to regulate their emotions.
Uh-oh.
I'm not a counselor. I'm not a behavior specialist. I'm a teacher. And most of my job is managing behaviors. I just watched a video of a teacher getting pepper sprayed by their student.
Maybe they thought the teacher was ice.
In the school because they took their phone because it was being used to cheat on a test.
Yep.
She didn't sign up.
Oh my God.
She's an idiot.
Wow.
For this. None of them did. Teachers go into the profession with the expectation that they will teach, similar to how their teachers taught them. They didn't realize that they would be managing behaviors because they're not behavioral therapists. But today, that's what the job entails. Severe breakouts, tremors, daily anxiety attacks, crying before work, crying after work, dreading the drive in, bringing work home because there's not enough time to do your job at your
Jesus, this is so bad.
job. The data shows teacher shortages were being reported on back in 1998. But
Yeah, I
back
bet.
then, it
Because
was
you don't pay them any money. That's the problem.
That's what I was teaching.
You just have a bunch of brain
I
dead
said, "Fuck
Karens that are
this."
working at these high schools and middle schools. And the reason why is that anybody who's not wouldn't be working there. You
Yeah,
get
they
treated
said,
like a
"Fuck
bot.
this."
The students are pepper spraying you. Nobody knows anything. You have to cater your education to the dumbest person in the class. You don't get paid any fucking money. You're on call constantly, and you get treated like a retard. So yeah, big surprise. People don't want to be teachers. Wow, what a
It
surprise.
got ugly, man.
fewer than 30% of states. Fast forward to today, and it's 86% of school districts that can't
Oh
fill
my
their
God.
positions. 86% is a collapse, not a shortage. 411,000 teaching positions are either empty or filled by someone who isn't fully qualified. As a result of having less staff and more students with behavioral issues, teachers are burning out. In fact, teachers
Yeah,
have
I
the
bet.
highest burnout rates of all industries, with
Fuck, they don't
44%
never have
reporting
knives.
always or very often feeling
Well, I mean, the
We're
reason why
survivors.
too is
Fuck
that nowadays, because teachers, there's like so much more technology. Like I talked to somebody who was a teacher semi-recently, and they told me that they had to respond back to the parent complaints and the parent messages within 3 days. So even if it was on like a weekend or
See, to teaching in the city, I never had that issue. You know that? Not one time did a teacher, parent bullshit ever fuck with me. They wanted us to deal with their fucking retards. You know that?
something, they still had to be replying back to these messages.
Dude, and then like maybe 10, 15 years down the road, I go into a gas station to get gas, and the guy behind the counters got all these weird piercings and tattoos, and he's all in leather. He's got a chick with him that's freaky too, and he starts going, "Hey, Mr. Shepard, you were my art teacher." And I go, what? And he goes, yeah, you inspired me to become a fucking tattoo artist, and now I own these gas stations and shit. And I was going, holy fuck. Can you imagine that? And I was like, well, I'm glad you got your shit together. And he goes, yeah, you taught me that you always got to have a scam on the side or something else going. And I was like, holy fuck. I didn't even realize that.
Messages and talking to these parents. So I think that's the big difference too. Parents are shit. Well, I'm saying in general, right? They're cooked. Yeah. And so like you have these teachers that like they have to spend their own money on school supplies, number one.
Yep.
Number two, they're massively disrespected by the students.
No.
And then the parents blame any shortcoming of the
only
student
if you
on the
let 'em.
teacher. And then on top of that, the parents now have this teacher at their beck and call at any moment, at any time. And so really, and all of this is for being paid, I don't know, $45,000 or $55,000 a year. Yeah, of course they're going to quit.
Yeah,
Of course
what I
they're going
made
to
as a
hate it.
pipe
I think
layer.
it makes sense. I mean, I would.
Turned out. This clip says how it feels going to sleep tonight knowing that I don't have to wake up tomorrow and teach children because I quit my teaching job in the middle of the year.
Man.
We can go to the comments. What are you doing instead? Asking for me.
Wow.
Currently in class and just letting them talk over me because I'm tired of it already. What do you do now? I went out.
Maybe I'm an asshole for saying this, but I bet a lot of these teachers are probably awful. Because
They
I remember what
suck.
it was like whenever I was in school. And a lot of the teachers that always complained about being teachers, the reason why is because they were retards that nobody respected.
And they
And so,
sucked
like,
at it.
most of them are exactly right. I mean, so whenever I hear, oh, it's so hard, it's so bad, yeah, sure. And yeah, it's like, let's go ahead. Yeah, what are you doing? Oh, you're passing out worksheets for all the students to do. And they can't look anything up on the internet. Right. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, because they're never going to have the internet for sure.
Out of education. Quitting teaching was the best decision of my life.
Sad.
You won't regret it.
You're shitting on
This
everybody.
is on
You know, you can still use the internet and still teach them logical thinking and critical thinking. You know that? You just got to design your fucking class education around that. This is so weak. It makes no fucking sense.
honestly terrifying seeing how many teachers wanting to quit. Teachers deserve better than this. The
what
students
they need to do is they need to pay
better.
teachers way more money, and then you have higher quality, better teachers. That's the problem. It's like, why would somebody that was a well-educated, intelligent person, why would they choose to become a teacher unless they're just extremely passionate for it? So whenever you're foregoing a certain quality of life,
Way
you're
too
not
many.
able to, like,
Dude,
the only
when I
people
was
that
a
you get as
teacher,
teachers.
There was only one other fucking guy teacher, and he was a gym teacher. Every other teacher was a woman. And I was just like, what the fuck, man? The reason I ended up doing it is because my brother-in-law was an artist. They wanted him to be the art teacher for the private school. And he gave them my resume, and then they hired me. It's fuck. And I was stuck there for a few years because I just couldn't quit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't care about facts and logic. It's all about fifis, and fifis don't get you anywhere in this fucking world, do they?
Well,
and I'm sure you guys probably had this happen in high school, is that maybe 80-20, right? Like 90-10. 80% of your teachers were retarded bots, and 20% or 10% of your teachers were really engaging, super motivated, great teachers that were like S-tier, educators. And like, that's probably how it was, right? And so the reason why is because those 80% bots, they couldn't get a job anywhere else.
Nope.
That's the reason why.
Well, that's what they say.
Nobody else would hire them.
If you can't do, teach. You know that,
comments
right?
are filled with teachers
Garbage.
who want out
Right.
or teachers who have already left, and it's the best decision they made. By the way, this video was posted 1 week ago. It has over 2 million views and
What a
over
dumb
292,000 likes.
Jesus.
The algorithm found every burnt out teacher in America.
I think it's probably a lot less than that.
I live like this.
How do you afford this on a teacher's salary? Oh, she should start a daycare.
There you go.
Wow.
So that my students can live like this.
Oh, that's nice. See that? Why do we have this happen? I think this is a really great example of what I'm talking about. She should be getting the money that we're funneling to these Somalian, scammers. All of these parasite immigrant scammers, ship them back to whatever shithole they came from, and then give these people the money
I can
to
agree with
educate
them.
our kids. What are we doing? Really? What a stupid way of doing things.
So how can I afford to do this on a teacher's salary? The answer is I can't.
Yep.
I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I am beyond broke.
This is disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful.
Are the people that we're losing. Teachers who
This
are
is
willing
your
to
money,
live
too, you
paycheck
know
to
that?
paycheck to nurture the next generation. A survey found nearly 97% of teachers use their own money to buy classroom supplies.
97%.
Teachers earning
That's
between
been going on for
$35,000 to $50,000 are spending $700 out of
That's
pocket
ridiculous.
each school year for kids to have pencils. Critical thinking
the
is becoming
fuck?
a class
They don't have
marker
paper
who
or
can
pencils
actually
and shit,
question
ever.
things. But this is to be expected. For years, education has been systematically devalued, defunded, and deprioritized.
The reason why our education system is so
Fucking
bad
A.
is because we
That's
tailor our
insane.
education system around making the dumbest 10 to 20% of the people in high schools graduate. That's the reason why.
That's what I
If
said
we
earlier.
let-
They always go through the
Yeah.
lowest denomination. You got to fucking regulate this shit and put people in groups.
And we tailored the education system around
the
intelligent
dumbest.
people rather than, dragging these worthless pieces of garbage all the way through school, then everything would be totally fine and we'd be up there with China. The real problem is that the education system is catered to the lowest common denominator. And to the extent that you cater to the lowest common denominator, you will get the lowest common denominator. That's the problem. And so No Child Left Behind. No, I understand that. And again, if you went to
Fuck
public
that
school, you would
commie
know this is true.
bullshit.
That a lot of times the school is now like the school classes are based around basically the bottom 50% or at least probably bottom 20% of people's understanding. And that's it. Participation trophies for everyone. Well, that's racist because let's be real, minorities would be the most ones that get left behind. Well, I don't really care whether it leaves behind white people, black people, Mexicans, or Asians. It doesn't really matter.
Just real quick.
What'd you say?
Do you know that all military manuals in the Army are wrote on an 8th grade level?
Yeah, I knew that a while ago. But you know that they're also not in book form anymore?
Yeah.
A lot of them aren't.
No.
When I was in there, everything was in a book or a little pamphlet or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of high schools just issue out computers now. They don't even
Yep.
issue books anymore.
Or tablets. Everybody
The
gets a
thing
tablet.
is that if you have
Yeah.
people that are stupid,
That just started when I was in college. Everybody doing all their shit on tablets. You could cheat like a motherfucker on them. You know that?
Oh, yeah.
Put all your formulas on there. Fuck, I used to cheat so much with my shit.
and you're tailoring the education around protect.
But I still learned enough to do the basics, you know what I mean? To where I could do the advanced shit. Because if you
Yeah.
don't learn that, you're never going to. You're just a robot. What the fuck use is that to anybody?
them and making sure that they stay caught up.
Much more yourself, you know that? Everybody,
Yeah.
they all want to make cheddar, but they don't want to do the job, you know that?
Yeah.
You got to break the egg to make the fucking omelet.
Up with everything, you're just wasting your time. And another reason too is that a lot of the students that end up graduating that are retarded, those students end up getting privileges and advantages that effectively let them pass the class.
That's what
and the
my main thing is. If you don't control your own information, somebody else is going to fucking edit it on you. You know that?
Yep.
Or tell you what it means. That's why when people don't read their chat, I'll read it for them. Because then I'm going to make it mean what I want it to mean. You know that? It's why do you want to be controlled?
Yeah.
Control your own fucking futures. Retarded.
11th hour anyway. So this is what I think is really funny about it is that we graduate. And I remember this was whenever I was in school, right? And like you guys can tell me if the same thing happened with you, is that if you went to a public school, tell me if this is what happened, is that a lot of times you would have kids that are really, really stupid that would get a ton of advantages and bonus points on like a test or on a final grade or something like that if they just did some menial, worthless activity that didn't even.
Is he saying he was in the stupid class? I wasn't even around them people, were you?
No.
Then what the fuck
was
is
in
he
advanced
saying about
police.
their life? They got all these advantages and shit. He must have been in the retard room.
Indicate that they knew anything, right? We're all saying yes, right? So the entire focus around trying to cater the education system around these people has just hurt everything. And that's the problem. If you took out and this is really what I would say, is that if you took out the bottom 5% of people that are in schools and you just let them fail out of school, schools would become twice as good. And we would totally change this graph. I'm not kidding whenever I say that if you took out, now this is a question I'll ask you again. If you took out the bottom 5% most problematic people inside of your school, what percentage of the problems would go away?
All of them.
Bottom 5%.
Yeah, you get rid of the bottom 5% and you'll get rid of all your problems usually. You know that?
Yep.
Are gone, expelled, in permanent detention. What percentage of the problems will go away? Everybody's saying like 100%. All the problems will go away. So how is it that our education system is catered around micromanaging these bottom 5% functional animals and effectively sabotaging 95% of our kids to learn fucking school? That's the problem. That's the issue. And nobody wants to talk about this because it's elitist or people could say it's racist or something, but it's true. It's absolutely true. And anybody that's been to a public school knows it's true. And until you admit it and you work against it, nothing's going to change.
But who truly benefits from a population that
That's how
can't
it is.
read, can't write, can't think critically, and ask questions? These same tech companies creating these problems are selling the solution. The same government that claims prosperity is defunding schools.
So we're blaming the kids? Yes.
Can I comment on this? What they were
Some
saying
people
before?
are born with more
Go
talent
ahead.
points than
So, when she was remember how you were saying, I don't remember like dumb kids or whatever. You weren't in class with people like that. I think
No.
what he's talking about more so, or referring to, and I didn't watch this whole thing, so I don't know if I'm coming in, wrong thing. But being a former teacher, I think he's talking about inclusivity. Like,
Yeah,
they
but
have to have.
how was he around him to know how they were treated and how they got the
So in regular school, like in a regular high school or a regular middle school, people that have to take, let's say like they take just the general, like the regular math or the regular English, you know what I mean? And then you have the kids that would take AP or whatever they would call it for
remedial.
school. Yeah, well, it
And then
wasn't
you got the
remedial.
real retards after them. Because
Well,
I
yeah,
went to a high school that was a
those
triple
people-
A.
Yeah,
There were 5,000
I
people
did
that
too.
graduated with me, and we had real retards in my school.
Well, our school was like presidential award,
But I didn't go to
every year.
class with them. I'd see them once in a while
No,
at
no.
lunch.
So you're taking it a little differently than what. That's what I'm trying to explain it.
Well, he's trying to say that he's in class with them, and he would see how they were getting treated.
So what? If he might be exaggerating a little bit, but there are different levels. Of
Oh, he
learners.
sounded like he was in class with them.
Well, let me just talk about what the idea is, though. So in a classroom, as a teacher, you're taught to teach to every learner, every type of learner.
Yeah,
And
but
when
then you
have a
go down to the
classroom-
lowest denomination. You're not helping anybody at the top. You're always going for the bottom, trying to take them along.
What do you mean by that? Explain that.
Okay.
Because so I know what he's trying to say. By teaching the advanced kids along with the lower educated kids, or however you want to put it,
Yeah.
at one point in that education level, like at whatever you're teaching them at that moment, at one
I'm
point
have to
you're
talk
gonna
down
hit
to their level, and I'm
you're gonna hit you're gonna hit the top, and then you're gonna miss the lower, and you're gonna have to try to catch them up.
One
and
or
at that
the
point
other.
in
You
time,
can't do both.
the top
Yeah.
is gonna be becoming not
So-
interested anymore, and it's a
So,
ton.
no.
You're in a constant circle of
Well, that's why
Then
that's
it turns
why
into an
these teachers-
entertainment show. That's the whole
why
fucking
teachers
problem.
these days. No, that's why teachers these days. I don't know if they're keeping up like the way they're supposed
They need to
but
segregate this shit. And anybody who don't is in denial. That doesn't understand
what
that.
you do in a classroom like that, and the reason why kids that may not be may struggle a little bit, but if they're trying, they'll get
if
they'll
they have
get
learning disabilities, then they should be taken care of. They shouldn't be in general pop. That's
they
retarded.
have people that are like a teacher that might be in the classroom with somebody sitting in the back. I used to do this. it was basically like as a special ed para is what they would call it, paraprofessional.
Yeah, and
But
then
even
when you
just
got a
for
mixed class like that, everybody's
but
paying
even just
attention to
for
that.
even just for learning disabled, like we're
You're
talking about
just
just normal kids, not kids that are autistic, you know, or like that type of thing.
I don't.
Even
You're
with
diverting
those,
attention from the main class, and
I
then
know
it's
okay. Let me talk for a second. So
go on.
what these teachers should be doing is pairing a smarter child with a child that's not as smart. And that's
That
how
would work. I've seen that
that's
before.
that's what I always did. That's what they're supposed to be doing in my eyes. That's
They
a
wouldn't
fix
let you
to
do it
this
though, would
problem.
they? They
Oh
wouldn't let
yeah,
you do
I
it though,
did.
would they?
I did. I absolutely did.
And that isn't going to
Um,
work all the time because all kids aren't like that. Some aren't going to want to deal with it.
they're going to have to learn to.
But at the same time, by doing that, you're putting off a little bit of the teaching onto a child that's also
That's
trying
right.
to learn at the same time.
That's right.
And
No, you'd be
those advanced
surprised.
children, but the advanced children could be so much more advanced
Well, they would be in a higher
if
class.
they were in a class all by themselves,
Without
because
that
they
crutch.
wouldn't have to deal with
And
that
they
crutch
could grow faster
slowing
too.
them
Those
down.
are the kids that go to AP or advanced or excelled classes. They
But they
wouldn't be
shouldn't
able
have
to
to
do
don't do
wait
it
for
quick
that.
enough. They
They
don't do
shouldn't
it
have to
quick
wait for
enough.
that until high school. They
Well,
should
yeah.
be doing that in elementary school.
And like in the 10th
And
grade,
and
you
the
don't get
kids
to
that are
there.
holding them back
In
should slowly
elementary
get
school,
fed into
they
another
actually
school.
pull. Hold on, in elementary school, just like they have special ed programs, they have gifted and talented programs now.
Yeah, but
And they
Yeah,
take.
but do you
now
know how
they did
hard it is for a
before.
kid to get into gifted programs in
I was.
elementary
They
school?
never called it that in elementary school, but I was. I remember getting taken out of class and going to read with like a class of like 6 kids because I was a really good reader.
I
Like
learned
so
how to
we
read
were
when I
reading.
was 4.
Yeah, so they do stuff like that. They will pull the people out. They're not, but I don't know. The education system nowadays, like I haven't taught in years, so I don't. It's
It should
probably
be all
totally
in two
F from
different
what I've heard.
schools.
2 different
I
schools, you
really
think?
believe it.
That could work, but in real life,
And you start filtering the other ones into towards career paths that you know they're going to succeed at and be able to do something for themselves. As you take the older ones and teach them and keep them going. Those younger ones, you teach them skills that are going to teach them in life. Whether it's
well, they do that in
carpentry,
high school.
whether it's mechanic,
They do that in high
not
school.
like they should. Not like they
We
should.
had VOTEC and stuff like that. We had a lot of those programs.
Wait,
And
what'd you
even
say?
could take all
Motec?
VOTEC.
Oh, we had Motec here.
It's called vocational education.
Yeah, we
But
had that
We
too,
had
but it was
that.
for motor cars.
Oh,
So
they
you were
could
what
do
I'm
doing
saying,
tech on cars.
they
lots of
should
things.
be in 2 totally separate schools.
And they go to
You
VOTEC
should
though in
have
the
your
middle school.
advanced
Wasn't the
advanced
same.
kids.
Even with the
By the time
Motec.
they start getting to middle school, they should start being filtered, not to be
Yep,
racist, segregated, or anything. It doesn't matter
that's
about
right.
color or whatever. It's
That's
how
right.
well they're educated and where their focus is at.
They started
Those,
that
Some
what you
people
don't
are
technology
better
understand
off
is
to go this
those
way, and some
children
people
will
are better to
excel
go off this
anyway.
way.
Those children will excel anyway,
How
and
do
by
you know
helping,
that? How do you know that?
I
Why
was a
put
teacher.
fucking barriers up
But
against
think
them
about it.
and
You
slow
could
it
have
down?
kids that are taking advanced placement AP physics in high school in
Instead, they're
9th grade
frustrated and they
that could have
quit.
had the
And they
potential of
turn to
being already
drugs
taking that in
or
7th
a gang.
because of their
We have
their
kids that
knowledge
go to
level.
college
If they would
classes.
never been held up
We had
in
kids that
middle
would leave
school.
to go to college classes.
That's what
But
I'm
they
saying.
don't do that though.
The public education system holds them back until they get to high school. They could
Yeah,
be so
before
much
that,
more
they're
well
usually
advanced before they
disillusioned
ever got there.
and
Look
they're
how
done.
fast a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old learns how to use a tablet, a phone, a computer.
By the
I
time I
think
got
that.
into high
Hold on.
school, I
Let me
was
just say one
done.
thing. I think that comes down to the parents. Because with me, I was very excelled in
Yeah,
What
but
I'm
not
saying
everybody
is,
has
look how
fucking
fast a child can
parents.
learn something. They
Not
could
everybody
advance
has
so much
parents.
more if they were in an environment with other children as advanced as they are, because there
I
was nothing
so
slowing their education down
no,
and
I
learning.
understand that. I understand that.
That's
Not
all I'm
everybody
saying.
has parents either.
Some
What
don't.
if you got to raise your fucking
Yeah,
self?
that's where I pretty much
These
raised
schools are
myself too.
useless. They don't do
I went
fuck
to
for nobody.
a night
I would never
school.
send my kid to public school anymore.
If you don't
That's the
homeschool,
choice you have.
it's child abuse. That's what I believe now. After all the shit I've been through,
The parent gets no choice in the teacher.
the teacher
That's not
teaches them
true. If
communism.
it's No, well, see, this is
If
that's
there's a
today. I don't
difficulty
know
and a
what's going on
problem, then you
nowadays.
can switch your teachers. But what I'm
Yeah,
trying to say is
a
like you
big
don't get to
problem. You don't
interview a
just
teacher
do
that
it.
a parent doesn't get to sit down every year with their teacher and interview that teacher to see if they're
They
in
absolutely can.
like-mindedness of their family.
They absolutely have that right. Absolutely. When I taught, they did.
You're better off there, hell dear, than fucking in a
They're
public
gonna
school
try and
like
slow
I
you
was.
down.
No, the whole
They don't
point
make that public. They don't put that out there.
when
That
you
you
go
or
to
as a
when I
parent
did
can
my
interview
master's,
the teacher to see if it's going to be compatible with the way your lifestyle is and the way you're
No,
teaching your kids
you
at
think
home and
those
stuff.
purple-haired bitches are gonna have anything to do with our lifestyle, Mossy? Come on,
No.
we're the enemy. These
you
cocksuckers.
guys,
And we
you guys are
protect them
focusing
and
on
gave
a
up our
specific.
fucking lives for them, but they don't give a fuck about us.
Speaking
How does
about
that
a
make any
specific,
sense?
like a population of maybe bad teachers, and there's bad of everything
Scumbag,
out there.
worthless
There's bad,
fucks.
there's bad
Then
medical
why
40%
is
of
it
these
that our
white bitches want to
education level
leave.
is so low right
Because they
now?
put them on a fucking boat. Get them the fuck out of here.
homeschool.
Why so many 4-year-olds can't read?
Yeah, well, whose
4-year-olds
fault
couldn't
is
read when
it?
I was younger, but I could.
Whose fucking fault is it? These schools are
4-year-old.
not schools. They used to
4
prep
years
us for
old.
factory
At
jobs
4
and how
years
to
old,
be.
a parent should be reading to their child for them to be
They
able
don't
to
do
read.
shit anymore.
You
They
don't
put them
go
in
to
front of
school
a
except for
fucking TV
preschool at
and
age
give them a
4.
tablet now.
That's not what they did in 2019.
These
But that was
teachers,
I taught
there's
pre-K
all
in
right.
2019.
All right, you know what? It's 50-50. It's 50 on the teachers and 50 on the parents. You know
Well, and
that?
if you would have let me finish what I was
The
saying,
education system.
when I went and
Yeah.
got my master's, see, my undergrad, I was music and education, so
You're
it
part
wasn't.
of the fucking system. So what the fuck are you doing?
You're not
You're
letting
just
me talk.
go
You're
ahead.
not letting me say what they would teach us. It doesn't mean that the teachers are doing it, is the point. But we were taught that the most important thing is communication with the parents. And the problem was, as teachers, you
There
couldn't
you
get
go.
the
That's
parents on.
not the most important thing. Now tell me
No,
what
no,
is
you
the
couldn't
most important thing about being a
because
teacher.
if the parents aren't on board, it's not
Teaching a
continuing
child
through.
how to learn.
Yeah, you Nazi fuck. As long as the parents are on board, we can manipulate the children the way we want. How about learning the children how to environment themselves in this environment? How
So the
about
last
learning
school
how to
I taught at,
teach?
it was not public
Whatever. You're
though.
a hypocrite. You're part of the
Let me
system.
finish. The last school I taught at, but this is not. It wasn't a public school, but it was pre-K, and we did the love and what they call it? Love and oh no, I'm gonna not. I know I forget what it's called. It's a type of teaching, and we did not teach the kids. We guided the kids so that the children would have different.
Well, how many
stations.
murderers and shit did you end up with?
These were pre-K kids, 5 and 6 years old. Okay, and we had
Yeah,
different
whatever.
stations that they would go around to on their own. It was all about learning and learning how to learn on their own. And you'd let them interact, do their own thing. Some people would group up with each other. Some people would, like, we always had this one kid that would go off on his own. Now that kid, like, for instance, a teacher would go and kind of walk around and, maybe give advice or something. But like, there was this one kid that would go with, how they had the magnetic letters on a board, and he was spelling words, I noticed. And so I would go over to him and I would be like, I bet you can't spell this word, and kind of challenge him and make sure. And he would be spelling. I'm not explaining it well, but he'd be spelling, more difficult words. Other kids, might be, let's say they had like we had like a science thing, like blocks. We had to go to reading center. There were kids that went up and a lot of kids at that age can't read necessarily yet. So, but what we teach them to do is to kind of read the book anyway. So by looking at the pictures and maybe some letters that they know, they're kind of making up the book. But those are all ways that if everybody started at that type of a learning, you know what I mean, in kindergarten and stuff like that, and then it continued on, I think that's the way to go, is my point. Well, I can't think of what it's called, loving something.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't discipline the kids. Like, you don't yell at the kids, because that's a major problem in our education system too. Kids get labeled as the bad kid when they're younger. And then they identify as the bad kid. And they act that way and they don't learn and stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I didn't let that shit fly. None of it. If you're
No,
gonna
I'm
act
saying,
out,
but you saw
you're
those
gonna
kids.
face me because I'm the motherfucker acting out in this class. We're gonna learn here. We're not gonna fucking. This isn't an
No,
emotional
if you
fucking
start,
letting.
no, if you start, because I started at elementary school
See,
also.
you're part of the problem with all that bullshit.
How am
School
I part
isn't a
of the problem?
fucking
You're not letting me
acting out.
speak.
Where you come and you
No,
fucking
listen. If
express
you, I
yourself.
will tell you
That's what the
what.
theater's for. And
I
all
will tell
that
you
gay
what will
shit.
work. I will tell you what works better than telling a kid to stop what they're doing and pointing them out.
No, you don't have to do it that way either, but you got to lead them into it. You can't just
what I
drop
would
it on 'em
do
and say,
No, what I would do is when a child was acting up. Now this is elementary school music, but say a kid like I handed out sticks and he's
you
playing
know why
the
they're
sticks. He's not
acting up
supposed
is
to
because
get.
they're bored. They're bored. That's why they're acting up.
No, they're children. They're
Shep.
children.
Shep.
Yo.
One, a 13-year-old could bring a gun to school and shoot a 40-year-old as easy as a 40-year-old could bring a gun to school and shoot.
Oh, I know.
But children can kill you just as quick as an adult can. I've seen it
So
in
what
real life.
I try and teach
But
when I was.
he was not there for Asmongold's video. She wasn't there for Asmongold's video when
Yeah,
it
she missed
on
it
the-
all, but she's going to come here with her expertise because she's a master teacher.
No,
It's
No,
bullshit.
I wanted to
what I was
comment
gonna
on
say.
the inclusivity. I didn't say that I agree with the education system.
Then why
I'm
are
just
you
trying to-
barking their shit at me?
Oh,
It's all
I know what I was gonna
bullshit.
say.
You know
You
it.
didn't see
where
the
they're
part
coming
where
from, but they're not
Asmongold
doing
said
it
that they need to bring the military in.
You know what
And-
I learned from teaching Courtney? That
You
it's
never
all
let me finish.
bullshit.
You're not letting me finish anything, so it's not getting my entire point across. You're
Well, go
interrupting
ahead
and
and
you're
finish
just
for
yelling.
once. You were talking for 10 minutes.
You're trying to do like a drama thing, and I'm not trying to be a drama person. I'm saying
I
when
wasn't doing
when
a drama
child,
thing. We showed Asmongold
you're
saying that
screaming at me.
40% of the people can't
You're
read in
screaming at
schools
me.
today.
Yes,
And
I
then
believe that.
earlier, it was
I believe
40%
that.
of these white bitches want to leave. They said, fuck America.
Our
So we got an
teachers
issue
don't want to
here.
teach anymore because they don't get paid shit. First of all,
Well, you
I
know
don't.
what? If you don't like your job, go do something else. I didn't do teaching because I was making
Then
money.
who's gonna teach? You know, they don't
Well,
always have.
it's
people
not a
like that.
fucking thing where you make big money. If you think it is, you're retarded.
On the
So,
East Coast, you make good money as a teacher. I have
what's
two
your
friends who
take
teach
on
public
having
school and make
veterans
over 100
teaching
grand.
children?
Where are they? In a
But- so
college
what
or
I
in a
was-
private school?
No, they're in Philadelphia public school system.
So what do you
Whatever,
think if
man.
they filled all this public school systems with veterans as teachers?
No, she don't like that idea.
No, I think that would be a great idea because that's teaching a lot more. Like they're more disciplined. But can I just finish with the one discipline thing that I was going to say that works with children, not with middle school and high school, and maybe not fifth grade either, but with younger children. Let's say Johnny is acting up. I would never point Johnny out. I would point to. I would comment on the kid next to him that was sitting the way that he's supposed to sit, and I would say, "Oh my goodness, Michael is sitting exactly following all the rules. He's doing so well." That just put a huge smile on my face. And I kind of over dramatized how happy it made me. And you would be surprised. Not only would the kid next to him that was acting up kind of sit up and, mimic the kid that was doing, the whole class would. You don't have to yell at the kid that's bad. If you use other tactics and techniques, it gets through to children. And that's the problem is that people are just screaming at kids and then kids
Hey,
get...
Cthulhu.
Hi, Cthulhu.
Dude, I had some
In high
hot-ass
school,
fucking teachers.
Cthulhu, in high school, yeah. I did my in college. I had to go to a high school for one of the things for like our 7th semester. I think it was observations, and I swore that I would never teach high school until I was old, because I was 21 and there were 18-year-olds in the class, and I was getting past like sex love letters and stuff. I wouldn't read them. I'd obviously just put them under the thing. But when you leave the school, I would open them and look at them. I'm just curious. You just don't let them know. But yeah, and they would whistle at me when I was going up the stairs to go to the teacher's bathroom. Like, it was really uncomfortable. I swore I wouldn't teach, and I didn't teach high school till like 2014. But teaching's hard. I mean, you don't understand all the different things that are coming at you and all the pressures that are
It's
being
no
put on
different than streaming, Courtney. It's the same thing. You got to entertain them and you got to educate them. It's the
you. You
same
don't have
shit.
to educate in streaming. There's people that are just personalities and stuff.
Well, okay.
There are. During the pandemic,
Well, there's teachers that are the same way, Courtney.
well, they
They don't
shouldn't
do
be.
fuck.
They shouldn't be.
Yeah, well, what are we gonna do about it?
I
Courtney?
had
We're
a
just gonna sit
teacher
here-
for the whole 7th grade that showed us nothing but Fat Albert
You're the
films.
expert.
Oh,
I had
yeah, and
teachers that did nothing
back
but show me
then-
movies.
Yeah, my history teacher did that. That's why I never got into history. I was never into history because all he did was
There's the
put
only thing that
this
he
little
could do
TV
to
in
stop
the front
class
and-
from wanting to kick his ass.
Yeah, you just put this
We
little
called him
TV
Mr.
screen that
Magoo. We
no
didn't
one
know
could
his
Well, most of
name.
these teachers
He
suck
quit
dick.
after my. Do you know he quit after that year?
But you're gonna come in here and tell us we're wrong, Courtney, because you're
I'm
an
not
expert.
telling you you're wrong. I'm not telling you that teachers today are doing what they're supposed to be doing. I'm trying to explain like what would work and what we are taught in college. So I don't know where these teachers are coming
That
from. Like,
shit that they taught us is bullshit. It doesn't help anybody but them. You're making good little slaves that can work in a factory. Well, now there's no more factories, so they don't know what to fucking do anymore.
I was not taught that way.
And then they're weakening the fucking thing. No more cursive writing. No more this. No more that.
Yeah, but that's not the teacher's fault.
Oh, fuck that. They're accepting it. It's their fault.
Teachers have no say when it comes to like
Then they're bitches. They
the
shouldn't
board
be
and
there.
the administration.
That's
You
the
write the
education
fucking
system.
itinerary. You
That's
do
part
your
of the
fucking-
That's part of. But the thing is, I hate to say it, the teachers fall within the education system, and
No,
the
I've
education
gone up.
system
I,
is one that is not
I have
changing.
gone
Trump's
up
getting rid
against
of it.
administration
Teachers
before.
are hands are
The hell,
tied.
teachers
That's
you
what
need
we're
to
trying to
fuck.
say.
It's rotten
Yeah.
from top to
From
bottom.
above the teacher's hands, the hands are tied. But some of
Yes.
those teachers go with it because it's their point of view and it's their political view, so that
Be
they
a
go along
fucking
with it and
tutor,
accept
private
it with open
teach.
arms.
It shouldn't be political.
And there's
You
other
know,
teachers that try to
political-
do the right thing and teach the kids the right way, ended up getting fired and losing their jobs and getting hated on. And
I don't know. I've
and
never
then you
seen
got
that.
the other
These
teachers
schools
that
aren't
are
helping
basically
nobody.
starving.
Wait, what was
No,
the last
they're
thing
not.
you said, Mosey?
I said, and you got the third teacher that's starving, that's trying to put everything they can into the kids.
Yeah, teachers have to take a lot, like pay out of pocket a lot for like supplies.
That was the insane part to me. You
Mhm.
didn't buy
Oh,
pencils and paper and shit. You were fucked. So basically, it was just a fuck job. It was a
Do you know how-
hobby. It wasn't no fucking career.
As a music teacher, do you know what that they don't? It's illegal to like photocopy music for the
Music
children,
and all that shit. Yeah,
and it's
music's
so
one of the worst fucking things
expensive.
in the world.
It's
If you
so
don't have money, you
expensive
ain't
to buy
getting
those.
shit.
It's crazy. Like the stuff that. So I had to come up. I was basically was I thought out of the box when it came to stuff like that because there was no way. Like if I wanted to, or the kids wanted to do a certain song for like in choir, and buying that music like was not in the budget.
Yeah, the school used to have it all, but then they don't now. All of a sudden,
No, they don't, and because it's really expensive. Those books that we used to have in school, and the kids would just bang them up. Teachers would say put a book cover on it or whatever. Those
You're
books
right,
are
Oz.
so expensive.
yeah, we're fucked.
Oz is right about that shit.
It's
The
these
leftist
books.
agenda being pumped
When I
into
was-
our schools, a socialist
The town
agenda.
that I taught in maybe was different because the town I taught in, it was the rich ranchers that
An
basically ran the
NPC
town,
agenda.
and they were all right wing. They were all conservative in that town.
Yeah, I
If you
grew up
got
in a
idiots
conservative
as a
town, but I taught
population,
in
you know how
Detroit.
easy it is to guide a bunch of sheep or cattle into a corral?
I
You know
don't
how
think
hard
that
it
any
is to-
politics
You know
should
how
be
hard
taught
it
in
is to get a
school.
fox into a corral?
I mean, I think
Yeah,
I don't
they
think
say no
politics should be
politics, Courtney.
Think
but
about
they
this
teach
for a
the
minute.
leftist
I don't think-
lifestyle.
I don't think a teacher should ever show any
Fuck
of their
these
personal.
teachers with their purple hair and their BLM
Yes,
and their
they should not do
faggot
that.
shit.
Listen to me.
But that's all okay.
Oh my
but I
God.
can't say right wing shit when I was a teacher. That's so fucked up.
We weren't allowed to say shit like they're saying. I don't know
Oh,
how
but they're
anyone's
allowed to
getting
put
away
all
with
their gay shit on the walls and on their
They're
face.
not
And
supposed
they have
to.
their
I don't
private
know.
talks about how they're married to a dude. It's all
So,
fake
let me-
bullshit.
When I went to college, we were specifically told one of the things was if you can never live in the same district where you teach, and you do not let your students know anything about you, nothing. Your private life is completely separate.
Yeah,
So
well,
I don't
that
know
shit's
how
out
these
the
teachers-
window.
I
That
don't know
shit's
how.
out the window.
I don't know how they're allowing that though. That's what's like.
Because it's communists. They're fucking communists destroying our country. That's
But
why if you
who?
put your kid in a fucking public school, it's fucking child abuse. Those fuckers don't do nothing for you. The shithole. The waste of time and money.
I have
We
kids
put
that
more
still
money in our
remember
kids
me.
than any other fucking
That's like I
country.
was
We
just
get
trying to say. They want a bunch of cattle. They don't want foxes.
no.
You can get a bunch of cattle real easy into a corral. Don't say it's not hard. Get a couple horses, a couple of dogs. One guy on a horse with 3
Well,
dogs
they're
can
trying
get
to do that with our
cattle
whole,
into
the
a herd.
whole
But
country.
try and get a
Adults and
fox
children.
into that same corral.
They're doing that with
You'll
adults.
spend all week because the
It's like
fox is cunning
everybody
and can
thinks the
problem
Marines
solve.
want fucking retards, jarheads, and fucking idiots. No, they want free thinkers that can fucking do shit on the fly. That's the
Yep.
whole fucking issue with this world. You're a bunch
You
of
gotta be
fucking
able to do
sheep.
stuff. Yes.
Oh God,
Wake
The military
Cthulhu
is very
comment.
selective on
up.
who they bring in.
Cthulhu. That stuff to me is so crazy. And
No, what's
maybe that's the
crazy is
difference
how
of
they're all
having.
sleeping with the students.
That's disgusting. And
They all
that
should be killed. Every
that
one of them
you would
sick
hear
fucks.
like you used to hear like once in a blue moon, like some remember that female teacher that like was in Florida.
Oh, dude, I
She
had them
kids with
female teachers telling me to come paint their fucking house and shit, cut their lawns.
See, I don't
It had
know.
nothing to do with that shit.
We were not. I mean, we were like going to school and getting educated to be a teacher. You were specifically told not to do that. So
We
that's
were
why I don't
meat to them
understand.
motherfuckers.
But the administration is guided by, what the above too. And it's like, so nobody has a fucking choice. It's all coming down basically from the government.
Bullshit. They're letting them do whatever the fuck they want, and they're turning it into a hellscape.
Or the
These
state, I
fucking
should say, probably,
teachers.
maybe it would be.
Fuck their
right?
union and fuck them.
But it's
Gotta get all
government,
these
so.
stupid bitches that should be picking potatoes the fuck out of the classrooms. They ain't doing nobody nothing. And it's bullshit. And all they're doing is whining about how hard they got it. Well, fuck them. We're sick of this bullshit.
It's so weird to me because I never experienced a teacher like that in any school that I worked in. So that's a very new thing. It was since like the past 15 years.
When was the last year you taught?
2019.
Well, there you go.
I think after the pandemic, do you think that
26
had
years later. And it was bad back then. I was teaching then. And it was getting fucked up then. You weren't in a public school, were you?
Yeah, except for the last school that I taught at was private. I only taught public before.
Well, I got into a private school and it was even fucked up there. And I said, fuck this. Because if you ain't in the right private school, they're just as fucked up.
Well, yeah, because they're run. Everyone's controlled no matter what.
They're funded.
Where you are.
Yeah.
by somebody. All of them.
They all
Just
got
like
an
the
agenda.
colleges.
If you
Same
want your kids to grow
colleges.
up without a fucking agenda, teach them right. Don't rely on other motherfuckers. That should be the bottom line. The more you rely on other people, the more fucked you are.
Well, that's something I don't. see,
Colleges, what they teach, you can pretty much learn online all by yourself without them.
Oh, I'm a person that went
Yeah,
and
why
got
didn't the
a
last guy
graduate
bring
degree,
that up?
and
You
I
don't even need fucking schools. You can learn it all yourself.
I'm one of those people that say you don't need college, and I went to graduate school even, and I say that it's BS.
Trade school is
First of all-
more
sorry?
effective than a college.
What is
Trade schools.
absolutely?
Tech
Oh,
school.
If you
fuck
have
yeah,
a
everybody
trade,
should
you're
go to
gonna
a
have a
trade
job
school.
forever. If you
All
know
those
how to
type
do
of schools are
things,
way more. You can build a full country. Look at America. What it is.
Elder's
before it
right. The
started
problem
becoming
is
what it
parents don't even try anymore. They're just
No.
fucking making
They
babies
hand
and
them
dumping them.
something. They hand them a tablet. They
so
hand
true.
them a phone. They use it as a babysitter. They
Yep.
turn the TV on
Yep.
and they walk
Yeah,
away and they
see,
get
I
on their
guess
phone
maybe-
and they start staring at TikTok or TikTok or
don't you think
Facebook.
that-
Scrolling or
Don't you
streaming.
think that's societal? Like that's because that's what cell phones it initially really started with. It made us lazy. I'll never forget the first time my friend called me and she said, "I'm out front. Come on." And I was like, "You're literally calling me from the driveway. You're that lazy?" But now I even do it. Everybody does it. It's made everyone lazier. Like kids don't know how to spell. They don't know how to add like on their own because they can rely on anything through the internet or on a computer. I think that's like the downfall of all of that.
I was
I
born-
think teachers should be teaching like kids how to research. Like, you don't just go to Google and rely on the first thing it says. You have to be, there should be so many
Yeah, you gotta
different
do
things that
multiple
they're teaching.
searches. You can't just take the first answer. That's
And
stupid.
you need to go to like scholarly articles and like legitimate, you need to know how to do stuff like that. And that's the type of thing that I think that,
research.
yeah, I
Everybody should be
think the
taught how to
teaching hasn't
research.
the teaching hasn't caught up with the technology in a lot of cases, because they should be teaching differently than they
Yeah.
are.
They don't want to, though.
Oh,
They
for
don't give
sure.
a fuck.
Technology is making everyone lazy and it's making everyone dumb, really.
Yeah,
They
but
should have
how's it going to
critical thinking,
advance
problem
if
solving classes.
Yes.
They should have life classes.
I've said that forever.
They should have
Audrey.
mandatory. The school
fuck,
should
we
have
had to have
a
that shit.
the school.
We did
Every
it.
single
You had to
school
do
should
chess, you had
have
to learn
a
how to
garden.
cook, you had to learn how to sew, you had to do all that shit.
Every single school should have a garden that the whole
We
all
had a
the
garden
students
at our high school.
maintain.
Yeah,
The whole
we had one.
the whole school maintains it,
I've been growing weed.
and
Only our special
those
needs did, but-
vegetables are used in the cafeteria, and the kids have classes where they prep the food and cook it.
They
for
do
their
you know they
fellow
actually had that at the high school I worked at, but then again I was in Steamboat
But they
Springs,
don't
which
have
is
that
like-
everywhere.
I know.
If they
and
were
you
to
get to the
have stuff
cities,
like that
yeah.
and have them teaching life skills, and at the same time while they're doing it, have it to where they could be breaking down how much this is costing, so they're looking at it as a business
real
too.
life's
Oh,
more
yeah,
important
no,
than books.
You know what
so
I'm
let me
saying?
tell
Teach
you.
them business, teach them finance, teach them survival
Yes.
skills, teach them
I
how to
100%
make their own
agree.
food, teach them how to
So-
preserve
Pay
food.
bills, how to fucking fill
Yes,
out a
no.
check.
So when I worked at the high school, and I taught I was with severe needs kids most of
And
the time.
teach them on top
What
of that how the
I-
program, teach them
Yes.
AI, teach them technology. You could do it all.
But
they
also
don't.
teach them the dangers of it. I mean, there's so many different things. But going back to just the general basic life skills, when I was at the high school and I was working
You
with
can grow
severe
weed, you can
needs,
grow
oh my
anything,
God, I
Hellboy.
can't say anything. Jesus Christ. Okay,
Sorry,
I'm
go
sorry,
ahead, Courtney.
No, I'm good. I was
don't
gonna
agree with
say
how schools
when I
are.
taught severe needs, this is one of the things that I brought up all the time, because we taught those what we had those kids doing was stuff that some of the like other high schoolers didn't even know how to do, because we had to teach them basic life skills, but we were also teaching them. We would give them $5 and we would take the bus or walk to somewhere, and we had to teach them the budgeting and stuff like that. That's obviously at a more dumbed down kind of level, because I was dealing with children that were definitely challenged. But we also we had them do their own laundry at the school. We had them go in and prepare. We taught them how to do like no bake cookies and stuff like that, so they wouldn't hurt themselves and type. But the things that and we taught them hygiene even. A lot of kids don't know basic hygiene, like they stink.
We learned that in boot camp, Courtney.
In boot camp, yes. But they should teach that in schools. And we were teaching severe needs children that, but I kept bringing up how it should have been taught to the
They
regular
told
kids,
us
too.
because retarded people don't learn it in normal schools.
They did at our school. Only the retards did, though. That's the fucked up thing. They didn't have it for anyone else. And there's always this feeling of, there's like kids, there's people that don't know how to do laundry. Or someone like me, I don't know how to change a tire. I should have been taught that at some point, I feel like. That's like things like in life that people
Basic
should know.
mechanic skills.
Yeah. Yeah. Like there's so many things that I even missed out on. Like, so yeah, I
And not
think
only basic mechanic skills, but emergency repair skills on how
Yes.
to, if you break down on the side of the highway
Or
and
just in
say it's
anything in general,
a hot water hose or something, how you can do quick
Yeah.
fixes to be able to get
Yes.
yourself back on the road to a safe place. You
But
know what I'm
not
saying?
even
To
with
get it
cars,
fixed and
but
stuff.
things
And
at home, even like things like that would be so much more effective being taught in schools. I am not for
Mhm.
college, even though I went to college.
I mean,
but
some
I
of
think
it falls on
college
the
was made-
parents. Don't get me wrong. Parents need to be teaching their kids more stuff too on top of it.
That's what was my point before about parents.
I took
and
the cooking
teachers
class to cook
communicating.
weed. Because all
If
the
they
hot
were to
chicks were
change
in
the
there.
schools around a little bit and make it more interesting and fun
Yep.
and challenging, they'd have a different scenario going on.
I absolutely agree with that. And the other thing is, like, where I went to school when I was growing up in high school, it was such a push to go to college. It was all about money. That's all college is money. And also, nobody was being pushed to like learn a trade. The kids that were going and learning trades were the kids that were quote unquote not as smart or not as like academically smart.
Yeah, but they ended up making more money.
I know
probably.
those are the people I know now, my friends that are killing it. You know, they're successful. Like those are the people that
Well,
are
my
gonna have
first high
jobs
school
forever.
reunion I went to, I was a pipe layer.
College is you're paying for a piece of paper and
Yep, it's
getting
all money.
brainwashed at the same time.
All money. You know, in college,
It
they
dumbifies you.
allow more free. They allow free thinking, though. It depends on the person, I guess. You know what I mean? If you're a sheep or not, I guess.
College was nothing but a party.
Not for me. It was hard. I was on a scholarship though, and I had to.
They told me I
work for the
wasn't going
school.
to get sent to Afghanistan after 9/11.
So he quit.
So I withdrew. I quit. Because I didn't sign up for the college. I signed up to serve
Damn,
my
Oz.
country.
Those are all my favorite classes.
They don't kick. See, that's another difference about when I was in high school and when I was teaching in high school many years later. They don't kick people out of classes like they used to. Like when I was in high school, they actually gave like the diploma. They gave diplomas to some kids early just to get them out of there.
Oh yeah, and then like I had to go to summer school to get my diploma on time, so I had to be
No,
registered
our
for
school
summer
was
school.
literally like they didn't want some of these kids walking at graduation, like the bad, quote unquote, bad kids. You know, they gave them their diplomas and they didn't come to school the last like month. It was
Well, they
crazy,
probably
the
didn't
stuff
want
they were
me.
doing.
I showed up with nothing on but a fucking tie and my gown.
They tried to tell one of my
high
best friends who.
tops.
They told my best friend who was pregnant. They weren't going to allow her to walk at graduation, and it
Oh.
was this big thing. You know, she ended up
They
being
wouldn't give
able
me
to
my
walk.
whatchamacallit, my what the fuck do they call that? Your graduation thing the next day.
Your diploma.
Yeah, they were like,
Did you owe money for books or something?
no,
or like
I was naked there. I'm trying to tell you with nothing on but the gown.
Who cares? They don't know that.
Well, yeah, I flashed everybody a couple times. If I
Well, then
remember
you're
right.
a fucking idiot. Come on. I mean, you're asking for it then.
Yes, I had to go to summer school, and they gave it to me after summer
Anybody, if
school.
you're a normal citizen and you flash somebody, you're going to get fucking arrested. So, I mean, that's not a good thing to be arguing. You were in the wrong there, definitely. You
After we
deserve-
left the fucking graduation, we started running red lights, and then we ended up at these bomb shelters with all these fucking cops partying, man, with these girls. It was fucking insane.
Cthulhu, it is more paperwork and yeah, to fail somebody. You are correct. Or to report a kid for doing something. It's kind of like a cop. You know what I mean? Like some cops where they're so overwhelmed in areas and like they're not even going to pay attention to this thing because they don't want to fill out the paperwork for it. You know, he's absolutely right. That's a
I was
good
on
point.
independent study, Courtney, for art. I could do whatever the fuck I wanted.
I gotta ask Oz, were you like a violent person in school?
He just said he was a wild child. He was a little shit.
As I said, I didn't trust him to do work experience and banned me from the school formal dance.
He probably just had disciplinary problems, and that's how they used to discipline kids. And
Yeah,
it's
look at
messed
all
up.
this shit. He was banned from cooking class, music class, art class.
Yeah, and that's
like I
messed
said,
up. You should never ban if a kid is labeled a problem child or whatnot. Banning them from those things, trying to discipline them, putting
it's
them in
stupid. They
in-store
could be the best
suspension.
athlete in the school.
Well, no, but
Yeah.
I'm saying banning them from those things, they're never going to learn anything. You're making them, you know, like you're basically trying to create this person that's going to be like that forever. That's why I can't stand the labeling at like a very young age of children, like the bad kids. A teacher shouldn't be constantly yelling at one kid because
Yeah,
that
but you
kid
can't waste all your
psychologically.
time on that. You can't waste all your time when there's other people
You don't.
begging.
You ignore them. That's my point. You compliment the kid next to them. You ignore it. At a young age, kids will stop if you ignore them.
Yeah, they're just looking for fucking attention.
Yeah, that's all it is. But I'm saying with Oz, they did not do that. They did him a major disservice with that. Major disservice. By taking him, you don't take a kid out of classes because
He never
if a
answered
kid,
yet.
what?
Mossy asked him, was he violent in school?
He said, oh, I thought you said he was just a wild child. Sorry.
I was at times.
I did all kinds of crazy shit, dude. I went to 5 different high schools.
Dan
My
McCarty,
ex-husband did too.
they busted
Dude,
us
I
from
got caught
St.
for
Lucie to
everything.
Fort Pierce.
I didn't get
Fuck.
caught
And
for
I got in
everything.
fights every day.
No, he wasn't violent.
I got
Yeah, you
you.
were probably just like a kid that was maybe a little ADD.
I
Like,
was labeled a problem
you were
child. in
probably
middle school.
bored, Oz. You might have been smarter even than the other
Hyperactive.
kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of mine was too. Is I was bored in
ADD,
middle school.
ADHD. That's what that boredom is why. That's another thing. Once
I
you're in
did
middle
that
school,
shit.
it's total boredom. But those are the kids that you give something else that's interesting to them.
We all were, Oz. That was the
Yep.
problem.
I
Because they're
was.
dealing with the retards and they let the smart kids get
Here's a
bored.
here's a
That's
funny
why
story,
you
real
pair
quick.
a smart kid with a less smart kid because it gives them a purpose.
Yeah, well.
Here's a funny story for you. So we were in I forget what fucking class it was, but it was this one lady that had red curly hair and she hated me. And she couldn't read my hand. She couldn't read my handwriting. So one day we come into class and she's got a desk set off to the side by the wall with the typewriter plugged in. And we all go into class and she tells me I got to sit there and we're taking a true false test,
That's actually funny.
right?
That's actually funny.
So and
Was
she
that high
tells us
school?
that we can and she tells us on the true false test that we can only put T or F. She gives us a test and then she got a call from the intercom to come to the office. So she left the room. When that door shut behind her, I looked at the class and I said, listen very carefully. And we were only supposed to put T or F. I typed the whole every answer out. I didn't tell nobody the answer. I told them, listen very carefully. I'd go number 1 and I would type the answer and I would put true or false. Well, false is one more letter than true. So if you listen really carefully, you're going to figure out what the answer is. The whole class got 100.
That's amazing that they figured that part
And
out.
she was pissed. She called my mom in and everything. My mom got her fired. But she said she was discriminating against me and wouldn't help me with my handwriting instead of helping with my handwriting. My mom said she gave me a typewriter and outed me in front of the whole class and embarrassed me.
That's brilliant.
Got that teacher fired.
My mom never took my side. She would always be like, the school knows.
Oh, my mom had my back.
But my
And
mom
then
had
my dad told me I
brother's
did a
back,
really
too.
good job. And the whole class was happy that they all got hundreds.
Hey, Alphonse.
I have fun, so.
Oh, shit.
I had a
Funny,
problem in high school.
What?
A surfer.
I used to challenge the teachers.
What'd you say, Grim? You were a surfer?
No, this one Hawaiian dumbass wore Jesus shirts. She told me to turn them side out. That's why I hate surfers.
I was a surfer, you motherfucker.
I surf. I wasn't a surfer, I wouldn't say like that, but
Dude, I used to
surf.
just live for it, dude. I couldn't. I'd take
No,
my
he turned me to and
what?
put in the class.
Oh, he would point you out. Like you were being bullied, is that what you're saying?
Yep.
I do
Well,
not allow.
fuck, you
I
live in
never allowed
California,
bullying in my
Grim.
class.
California's made for surfing.
I never
I
allowed
wish
bullying
his
in the classes. Never.
See, I was a surfer
students
too,
got
man.
killed for
Yeah,
payback.
that's why you have school shootings nowadays. If a teacher allows that shit to happen, and it happened all the time when we were younger, but I never allowed bullying. Never. That was
Like I
a
said, if
big
there's gonna be
thing.
acting out in my class,
I
it's
was in
gonna
the
be me. I
commons
tell a
area of high
motherfucker.
school. The
You
school
want to be
bully
acting
started
out, little
fucking with me
bitch?
one day. The school bully started fucking with me in the middle of lunch. It was in the middle of the commons area. I was at Port St. High School, and it's like a open area in the center because it's Florida. All those high classrooms open outside and shit.
Yeah,
It was
we had
all
we had an outside campus for middle school and high school.
And he started fucking with me, and I punched him one fucking time in the jaw and broke his jaw in 3 fucking places with
Hell
fucking
yeah.
roll of quarters in my hand.
Oh, fuck yeah. My
Nobody
problem
fucked with me, and he didn't fuck with nobody else after that. He
I
left
remember
everybody the fuck
fucking
alone.
my older sister's
He
fucking
was eating out of a
friends.
straw for a fucking month.
My younger brother, who I thought hated me in middle school, I found out when he was in 6th grade and he was
I
tiny and
broke 2 fingers on my hand when I did that shit
ooh,
too.
that would hurt. But my brother was in 6th grade and I
didn't
was
care.
in 9th grade, and so I was already like dyeing my hair, but it was before it was acceptable. I was a freak, you know how they used to say. My brother
Hey, Java.
punched an 8th grader, like a huge 8th grader, and I remember thinking that was like amazing because he called me. He said, "Yo, your sister's a freak." My brother fucking knocked him. He's like a foot shorter. Hi, Jabba.
He's saying hello to you.
Vagina, vagina. Okay. Hello, back. I like that word, vagina.
Do you?
Some weed.
Penis. We used to play the penis game. Have you guys ever played the penis game like in public? It's so juvenile. It's so stupid. So if somebody starts it, it's kind of like, you know, the like circle thing. Like once it's started, like you have to do it.
Yeah.
But so whoever, like, if you're hanging out or something, someone goes, and the next person has to say it louder, and then the next person has to say it louder, and then louder and louder, like you're going around. So eventually, someone's in a store going.
So every week you guys would always say dick, right?
No, this is like more out in public. Like it wasn't we were doing it in school necessarily, but the penis game. So stupid. It was funny though, because you would be anywhere, and all of a sudden, like the one person would have to basically scream it. And you look like a retard. V is better than A.
I got kicked out of our local mall. When
I
was like
worked at the
16.
mall.
I got kicked out of there because I was tripping on acid, and they had a big fountain, and I guess I was tripping on it. For some reason, I decided to climb into the fountain, sit down in it, cross-legged, like I was like meditating, and I started going Lego my ego. And my buddies told me that security came. They were telling me to get out of the fountain, and I just kept sitting there. I was like in a zone, just sitting there doing this, right? And they picked me up and carrying me out the mall with their arms around me. And I was still sitting in that position, just doing that shit all the way out. Tripping hard on acid. I have no idea where I was at. In my mind, I couldn't tell you where I was at that time. I don't remember. They kicked me out of the mall.
He's listening to the Bloodhound Gang. They're from my hood. They're from my area, Java. That's why, like Bam, like Viva La Bam and Jackass, they would always play Bloodhound Gang. Because that's Westchester, that's the area too. Same thing. It's funny, I miss teaching, but I don't miss the administration. It started getting really bad later on, you know what I mean? And that's how I can imagine it's really bad now. Like teachers would get in trouble for like not the stuff that they're getting in trouble for now, but for challenging and going above and beyond what they wanted the kids to learn, you know?
I saw them live, Java. They're pretty cool back in the day. They used to piss on each other and shit. They were disgusting.
You know, I never saw them live.
Really?
Never.
How could you
I don't
not?
know
They're
how.
right from your neighborhood.
I know. It's funny that I never saw them live. I don't think I did. Bloodhound Gang.
Bloodhound Gang. Oh yeah. Look it up, Jabba. Their bass player was fucking. He would suck other guys' dicks in the band. You remember that part, Courtney?
No, I don't remember that.
And they would piss. It got really fucked up at the end.
Were they like trying to like channel Gigi Allen or something?
I don't know what the fuck they were doing. They were just trying to be. They were losing people, and they got wilder and wilder.
Well, it's kind of like Jackass. If you look at that, and then it started as Big Brother.
Same
yeah,
thing.
and they made Ryan put a freaking car up his butt. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, that was gay as fuck.
Took him to the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't want to do that. He did not want to do that.
It was their older albums that sucked. If you listen to like the fucking.
Didn't want to do it.
Yeah, you don't want to make them gay.
Remember when they had the pet bee?
What?
What are you saying?
Jackass when they had the pet bee.
Oh yeah.
They took
Remember
it
when
and
that
put it in the
milk
freezer.
drinking contest?
And they
That was
tied
my
a string
favorite
around
one.
it, and they had a pet bee tied to a string flying around
Yeah,
it.
everybody's
remember
done
that
that
one.
and got them
Yeah.
drunk. You use a hair, not a string.
No, they were
Bee, like a
using
bumblebee?
they were
Yeah, and
using
they'll
dental.
fly
They
around
used
in a
they were
circle.
using either sewing thread or they used dental floss. One of the two.
Well, I
They took
use my
they
own
caught a
hair.
bee. They caught a bee, and they took the bee and put it in the freezer for a little bit, and it like knocked it out.
Well, it
And
slows
then
them
while it
down.
was knocked out, they tied the string around its thorax area, and then it thawed out and warmed back up and came and fucking started flying around, and they had this bee on like a 6 foot long string.
Yeah, well, I used one of my hair and did the same thing, and it would fly around in a circle.
I just remember being so grossed out.
I remember another time when on Jackass they were lighting battle rockets out the ass out of a
I remember that.
That's
hotel
just
balcony.
sick.
No, the stuff that grossed me out was remember when they
He burnt the
messed
fuck
with
out of
whoever,
his balls.
remember when they would mess with whoever was in the porta pot? That
Yeah.
shit, I was always like, oh my god, can you imagine being in there? Oh my god, like it was terrible.
Let me see if I can find this. I'm sure it's on YouTube. Hold on one second. I'm gonna find something. It's
Those
not
guys were
Jackass.
cool though. They're like I got to see Slayer
My
play
favorite one
in
was the
Bam's
milk drinking
backyard.
one. Remember that? When they drank the milk and threw up?
Yeah.
Do you
I could
remember
drink
the
a
old
gallon
Big
of milk.
Brother videos where they like all wore like adult
I
diapers?
think one of the grossest ones I ever seen them do is what the dude. I can't remember
It
which
was
one
at
it was.
Christmas time. Fuck. They were drinking
He
eggnog,
drank.
too.
He took a shit ton of laxative, and then went running buck ass naked
Oh yeah.
down the street.
Didn't he run past the like golf course and stuff too?
Yes, that was the
Yeah, I
most
remember that one.
disgusting one I think I ever saw. He shit all over himself while he was running because of the laxative. He couldn't stop shitting, and he just kept running.
I think that was Rob who
my
had to do
God.
that. I think it was Rob that did that one. Like RAAB, that guy. That's so funny. You know what's so interesting about them though? If like you would see footage of Bam like at the Mall of America or something, and he would be
I got their
warmed.
box set. You know
I'm-
what?
Of Jackass or Viva La Bam?
Of all of it. It's got all the hidden, the lost episodes and everything. I got the
Well, you
box
can
set.
see me on
That's
the Slayer
gross.
episode and the Terminator episode. Where those are
What,
the
sitting in the
band
crowd?
in the Slayer one,
Here you go.
you see I don't have like main parts or anything, but in that one there's a part where in the pirate bar where I'm sitting talking to Ape, and it's just like April and Phil there, and you can see me for like probably a second or 2 seconds, you know what I mean? That's like the most like the most where you see my face and everything. But then I know, you know what I mean? Like, and if I point it out to people, but it's like people that if you were just watching it you wouldn't think. But when Slayer's playing, they have they started having Don Vito crowd surf, and Don Vito was coming towards me. I was right up front, and I was like, hell no. I've never cleared out. Like, I didn't want to be underneath Don Vito, and you see me kind
No?
of like peace out. No, that guy was so fat.
Well, after what he turned out to be, come on, he's a pedo.
Yeah, that was really disappointing. If it's true.
Here you go. Check this video out. But I apologize about the quality. This was from like in the early 2000s, so it's like 144p. So it's like really bad quality, but this is in Iraq.
Well, this is fucking Iraq. That's all I can say about this place. It fucking sucks.
It's getting warm.
It's getting warm.
Hey, where you going, Yarbrough?
Going to take a shit.
Cool. Got your baby wipes? Hey, Hammond. How come every number taping you're on guard or you asleep?
I don't know. I'm just not excited.
You're not exciting?
That was tough.
You're an exciting person.
Hey, Jabba, check out Miles Davis, Kinda Blue. That's my favorite album.
You want to get him?
Yeah.
Hey, should we get Yarbrough?
Yeah, let's wait till he starts shitting, man.
Yeah, we'll give him a little bit. Hey, hey, we're gonna go knock over the porta potties. Yarbrough's taking a shit.
Ah, God, that's so bad. That's so bad. Was this after that happened on Jackass? Is that where you got the idea?
No, this is just something you would do in the military because they're sitting around doing nothing, bored.
Did you ever take your belt off, Mossy, and put it around it too?
Yeah, the worst thing you could ever do in the military is leave soldiers
downtime with nothing to do.
Oh, fuck
Exactly.
And let them
They're
get
gonna be
bored.
Fire,
Let
too.
soldiers get bored is the worst thing you could ever possibly
We
do to
tie
a
you in there
soldier.
and light it on fire, Courtney.
Can I ask what year this was? Because I'm wondering if it's the same year. Is this after 9/11?
2003, 2004.
Yeah. Oh my
You're
God,
blue
that's
now.
so
You're a
fucked up.
Smurf. You're a fucking Smurf.
You're out in the middle of the desert too. There is no shower.
Oh my God, I would kill somebody.
There's no shower. Look, where's he gonna clean himself up at?
I'd roll around in the sand.
Oh,
He probably only have a
Dude,
change
the
of uniform
Iraqi
with him.
eye
He probably got socks and underwear, but that's
He's
it.
blue. He's blue.
Miles
That
Davis
hurt.
is in fact black, Jenna.
Did you wipe? What you
Terrible.
He's gonna get you back.
Try this in Iraq.
Mossy, what were you,
He's
Army?
fucked.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my friend
Yeah, I
was
was
Navy,
Army.
but he was there the same. He went right after 9/11, but was
You know what
there
I
was in
say whenever I gotta pick
Afghanistan
up dog shit now,
04, 05.
Mossy?
Yeah, that video is it says right here on YouTube that video is like 18 years old on YouTube. So
That's crazy. That's a good video, though.
You know what I say
I
now,
can't
Mossy?
imagine. I have so much
What's that?
respect for people.
When
Sorry,
I pick
okay,
up
go.
dog shit, I just say, at least I don't have to burn it.
yeah, that's the shit that sucks.
That
The big
blows
pots
having to
and you
burn
gotta burn them.
shit.
See, in
I don't
Afghanistan,
know.
we had
I don't know how you guys
on
did
big
that.
bases. On the big bases, we
What,
had
Courtney?
porta potties like that and stuff. But on when I was in FOB Ripley, we didn't have anything. Eventually,
So it's like camping. You gotta
first,
shit in the woods or something. Like,
we
it's
had
like,
wooden buildings and they had metal pots underneath of them. You had
he's
to
dug
pull them
a
out and
hole,
burn them with
Courtney.
diesel.
That's
And
part of the
then
military.
for the men, we had PVC pipes that were in the ground at like a 45-degree angle that
And you
went like
piss
10
into
feet
it.
down in the ground, and those were our urinals. And at
Ah,
one point, at first, it was just a bunch of PVC pipes in the ground, right? And there'd be guys standing there pissing, and there'd be trucks driving by, and some of them were females in them and stuff because there's female soldiers. And finally, they command complained, and we had to build like a wooden border around it so they couldn't see us piss.
why? Because your dick's in a piece of pipe? That was so gay.
what does that mean with Jeb? What is Jeb saying? I have to pick Courtney's shit up off the floor. What?
He's saying until
Burning
you're
shit
incognate.
smells so bad.
He's saying what?
What do you mean that you fucking shit all over?
I know. I think what he was
That's
talking about because I said
plastic.
shitting in the woods, like when you're camping. But
Oh, is that what you do?
you dig a hole though, and you cover it up.
Is that how you do?
When you're camping in the middle of nowhere, yeah.
What about when you're with Ant and he's shitting and pissing all over his yard?
Being on a tree is not a big deal. A lot of kids like down south, that's like their dads would teach. That's how they would potty train their kids. They tell them to go out and pee on the tree. Males.
Oh yeah, for sure. I used to pee on trees all the
Java,
time.
thank you very much for cleaning up
One of my
after
worst
me.
experiences I've ever had. I was 7 years old. My dad's Le Mans needed a new engine. We were at his buddy's house. They were using trees as the lift thing to pull and a come along to pull the engine out to put the new engine in. And it was getting dusk and I had to piss really bad. And my dad's like, go over there to one of the trees. So I walked over to one of the pine trees and I proceeded to take a piss. Well, I didn't realize because it was dusk that I was standing and pissing on a fire ant.
Oh,
by the time I did realize it, I
You
had when
fuck.
I was peeing, I was 7, so I had my pants down around my
You
knees,
learned.
Is that
and
where
they
the term
got all the
piss-ant
way
soldier
up.
comes from?
They're
Yeah,
up your
and they
asshole.
they covered my pants, and I had
Oh
like
my
half
God.
the ant pile on me before they
Oh my
started
God, I
biting me,
died.
and then they
I
all
died.
started biting me all at once. I pulled my shoes off, I pulled my socks off, pulled my pants off, pulled my underwear off. My dad's like laughing his ass off, like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Fire ants,
would've
fire
died.
ants!" It took forever to get them out of my clothes.
I would have died. I would have died. I really
You
would have
run
straight
around
up died. I would
naked.
have just collapsed
Oh
and
shit!
died.
Oh, you would have too. Trust me, that shit hurt so fucking bad,
Do you
and they
know?
weren't
I wonder
stopping
if it
when I
hurts like.
took them off
Dude,
me.
It's
one
like
time in Florida, I
And
dropped
I
my
had my
fucking
pants around my
fine.
knees, and I'm trying to run and get them off, and I'm falling, and like, oh yeah, I'm sure
One
if
time in
there was a
Florida,
video
I dropped
camera,
the
that'd be
keys to
great.
my Mustang into a fucking crate, and I pulled it up because it was just a sewer cap. I thought this ain't shit. I pull it up, I drop down in about 3 feet, grab my keys, climb out. By the time I was out, I had fire ants all over me.
Oh my god.
Fire
I
ants
was-
suck.
So
What?
did they? I'm asking is like if you've been bit by a horsefly, you know those things fucking hurt. Like
They hurt
Fire
too.
ants are worse.
does it hurt like that, or is it worse than that? Well, because there's a bunch
They
of
hurt,
too.
but the thing is normally fire ants. Like if they get, if like say you step on a fire ant hill and you kind of like are standing near it and you don't realize it,
And they
'cause their
cover
mounds
you.
are normally soft.
I was like,
They'll
oh my
just
god.
start crawling up you and get in your clothes and get up on your leg and get inside your shoe and all over your
Up
sock.
your asshole.
And then what they do is once they have several hundred of them on you, they send a chemical signal out to each other and they all bite you
I'll
at the
go
same
nuts.
damn time.
Oh my god.
And it's like your whole like lower calf would just be on fire. And then
I
you have
would
all these little
die.
welts all over your legs for like days on end.
It's
I'll
Yeah,
never
it
forget
sucks.
going to a friend's house and
It's
he was
actually people have died from fire ants.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like a
that's crazy.
jellyfish. You ever been bitten by a
Some people
jellyfish?
get anaphylactic
I
shock
luckily
from
was
them.
never bit by a jellyfish, but we would see them all the time down the shore. My brother
They
was
suck.
bit. I've had friends that were bit.
You want to
Um,
get stung by one of them, they hurt
I
really
never
bad.
was, luckily.
And peeing on them is a myth.
Yeah, but
That's
it
what I was
fucking
told,
makes
yeah.
you mentally think
The
about it. I
ammonia
never got
actually makes
sick,
it
so-
worse. You know
Worst
what
I
works
ever got
better
was
is
like
white vinegar.
the worst
White
I ever
vinegar
got
will
was like I just
neutralize
felt
the-
like shit.
White vinegar neutralizes the poison.
My brother one time he was sick for a whole week from one.
Unless it's like a Uroconji or a box jellyfish, then you just need to get your ass to the hospital as fast as you possibly can.
We
Yep.
had, when I was working, I was also like I did I was the director for like for the recreational stuff for like the special needs kids, and at summer camp they made us do this course about ways to like deal with certain things, and I just remember all the things that they taught me. I was like, am I really going to encounter these things like with the children? That's what I was more afraid of, like the animals that they were talking about. And like, I don't know, we learned about like rattlesnakes or whatever. Basically, all they taught us about rattlesnakes is if you hear a rattlesnake rattle once, get away. If you hear it rattle twice, it's too late. That's the only thing they taught us about that. I was like, hell no.
You know
And
what's
then they
happening
tell
in
you if
Texas
you
and
see
stuff?
like a bear, they tell you if you see a bear to take all your kids and get around the tree to try and become bigger than the bear. And I'm always like, there's no way that's gonna work. There's no way.
Not all rattlesnakes always rattle. And a
No.
funny thing that's been happening is you know how they have the rattlesnake roundups? And they
No.
have those big you've never heard of a rattlesnake roundup where they'll have
They
and
all
it's
go
like a
out to
big,
kill them.
they catch them all and they'll have like a show and it's like a festival. They have them down south all the time. And they'll have like you can eat the rattlesnakes, you can get rattlesnake like wallet shoes, stuff
Fucking
like
they
that.
got
They got a
sausage
pit full
here.
of rattlesnakes there and people are doing stunts with the rattlesnakes. Okay, well, all of those rattlesnakes were collected from the wild and they started originally to help clear up some of them so there wasn't any people getting bit. And when they go hunting for them, most of the time what they're listening for is the rattle.
Oh my god, you just
Those are
sound it's so
so
funny.
those are the ones that they catch or the ones that are rattling. Well, the ones that aren't rattling that are sitting next to that one a little farther off are
Yeah,
still
well,
there
they're
in the wild.
evolving and they're learning not to rattle.
And those ones, when they breed and send that gene off, they're breeding with another one that hasn't been rattling. So a lot of the rattlesnakes now, the Western Diamondbacks, a lot of them that are in the wild, they're
You
not
don't
very
even hear
common
it?
to rattle anymore
You know,
because man has culled all the rattlers out of the population.
Well, that's kind of like with the bears and moose in the town I lived in. The bears, they're not afraid of anything. They go into people's houses. You know, they're like breaking into people's cars. It's the craziest thing. Like,
Yep.
and it's so funny. Before I moved out to Colorado, you know, I had 2 pet tarantulas in college. I had a 3-foot ball python. I was not afraid of like animals because I never was around them because I was in a city, you know. So when I got to like, I was never afraid of spiders, but when I moved to Colorado, I'm terrified of spiders now because
I
we
got
have
a big
black
ass
widows.
tarantula.
We had black widows. I was sitting on the toilet and there was a black widow on the wall next to me.
I
Oh
got
my
2
God.
red-tailed boas.
Oh, yeah, we had a ball.
I had a tarantula freak my girl out, and now Shep has
No,
it.
I got it.
I had 2.
She's
pincer
happy too,
tarantulas,
dude. She's
or rose
standing up on the glass right now.
And I would let that thing crawl all over me. And then I don't know. I became such a pussy after coming out here. It's funny, people that like grew up in more like, like you said, hunting. It just reminded me of my ex-husband because he grew up hunting and fishing. That's how they say it in Virginia. And but it's funny because you
I'm
have
a swamp rat.
but you have people that grew up more in like nature and stuff like that, and they go to a city, they become kind of scared.
What is this video you got?
Oh, this is a classic.
But you take
This
a
is
city
also
person
from
and
the
they go out to the whatever, and then they're scared. It's so funny the difference.
This is also from the same time frame as that other video. So here, check this one out.
Okay,
I'm just gonna let you guess what he puts. That's a washing machine that he's standing
What's
next
a
to.
wash machine doing out in the middle of the fucking desert?
It's in Iraq, dude. There's all shit
That's what
all
I'm
over the place. There's
saying.
random cars in the desert out there, all sorts of shit. People go out there and dump shit.
Oh, all right.
All right, watch this shit.
Good.
I see him dying.
I see him dying. I'm only gonna let you guess what he puts in that washing machine.
Run, motherfucker!
Yeah!
Concussion?
He put a grenade in that bitch.
Yeah, but it was concussion, wasn't it? It wasn't a fragmentation.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
it
just
was a
like jumped
fragmentation
watching
grenade.
that. I jumped.
He put a fragmentation grenade. Fucker.
Hell no.
Blew that thing to pieces.
Huh.
Pluto.
What's happening out here? And tomorrow they were gonna push today, but they can't. The orders to stay until
The
tomorrow morning.
GoPro fucking Ukraine. Alrighty.
Trying to be dumb.
Use it as a backdrop. Maybe we'll see some shooting.
Looks like the fucking wagon from Skyrim.
I know I wouldn't want to be in the back of that motherfucker. You're sitting
Not me.
targeted in that son of a
He's not
bitch.
even fucking, they're bouncing around. He can't even fucking,
He can't even be tactically effective.
no shit. That's what I'm trying to say. Now they're hitting this shit. That's why they didn't show him, you know that?
Yeah.
They were getting jacked.
You should have already been down a long time ago. He's standing around with his head like that guy was an idiot.
This ought to be good. I'm waiting for the drone to show up and kill him.
I can't believe Russia had such a hard time.
This is insane.
You hardly ever stand full tilt in a battlefield.
Why the fuck would you be crumped up underneath a
You'd
bridge,
be down on your
too?
knees at least at the most, and like
What
in
the
the,
fuck
you know
are
what I'm
they
saying?
doing? What
They're
the fuck
huddled
are
up
they
in there.
underneath that for? Boom, and they're all dead. You know that?
This is
They're
my
trying to use
point.
it as a
You
bunker.
put a
That's
bunch
a
of men
road.
or
They're using
boys
it as a
together,
fucking
they do
bunker.
dumb shit.
I ain't gonna lie though, Shep. If I was in Afghanistan and we found this place and it was shady, we might have sat down in it.
For a minute, but come on.
Yeah. Get some shade.
You'd have somebody on watch.
Oh yeah, we'd have points up.
Come on.
Everywhere you go, you do.
My brother told me all kinds of crazy shit from Desert Storm. He found a fucking boat full of fucking Budweiser out in a fucking hole in the desert. Then he found another one that was full of hash. You imagine that? I said, so what'd you do? He said, I took about 2 cases of beer and hung out with the hash for about a week. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
These
He
guys
said-
are.
He was like you.
President
He said
Live
there was
posted
all
this
kinds of shit in that desert. He couldn't believe it.
Oh yeah. Afghanistan's desert was actually cleaner besides all the blowing up Russian tanks and shit
Well,
everywhere.
I could imagine. Well, the one
And
he
the
was
mines
in,
everywhere.
the Iraqis were taking all that shit from Kuwait, remember? In the highway of
Yeah.
death.
Yeah.
I got a fucking one of the guards fucking berets from the road of death, the highway of death, and it's in a plastic baggie, and if I take it out, it'll fall apart. It's got so many bullet holes in it, dude.
Yeah.
It's like not even there, but it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He said that's all he could get me was that beret because everything else was all shot to shit. But I got a 3-star general Iraqi uniform. He stripped the guy down and took all his shit he told me. I got his wallet and everything. Hanging up in the garage. I'll show it to you next time you're over. Their shit is so cheap. I couldn't believe it. I'm going, this is a general's uniform? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What the fuck kind of war
Yeah.
is this?
This is Ukraine.
They're drinking vodka and energy drinks. The fuck kind of war is this? Looks like they're hanging out in Detroit.
It does. Ooh. It's like GTA.
Are these Russians or Ukrainians? I'm kind of confused.
I don't know either. I don't know. It just popped up after we watched the washing machine get blown up with a grenade.
Would it say who they are? We have no idea where we're going.
Where the Russians are. They're
The
Ukrainians.
This might be our last day on Earth. You're fucking retarded.
Let's get drunk. Go kill some Russians.
Jabba says they look like they're chatters in a Fanacha stream. Holy shit. These guys are going to die, I think.
And they're looking for Risey's string. They're
He's
trying to
playing-
pick Anthem away.
Fucker's pissing somewhere. Holy shit.
Bail out, bail out, bail out.
You left
That
your
dude's like, I don't want you to
behind.
see me with me. I don't want you
There's
to
an
see me.
M16 laying there. Grab it, you fuckhead. Guess he
We
didn't
left
need
that
it.
there with him. That was that guy's gun. It's a good place for it in the back fucking seat. When I was driving over there, my rifle was across my arms with the barrel pointing out, and I'd be driving and my rifle was rested on my one arm, and I could hold it. You know what I'm saying? And I could still drive and rest that gun on my arm.
Retard, did you see him?
And
He was
engage
setting up
people
with his
and
back
still
to
drive.
a door. Did you see
I
him
got
doing that?
over two. Yeah.
What a retard.
I got what, 2 awards over there. Each one was 250,000 miles of driving with no fucking
Nothing
bullshit.
happening.
Yep. I didn't know there was an award for anything like that, and then I got
That's
one.
insane.
And then before I left, I got another one. I was like, wow, I had 2 of them. I had a silver star on that thing for it. Well, that's pretty cool.
Now what are they going to do? It's cover from artillery. He left for an hour? What the fuck? Did he go get laid?
Fucking fighting there, bro.
This ain't it, man.
Yeah, if they're fighting
They're
there,
surrounded.
can't go back.
Hmm.
They're just gonna open up on us. I think we're gonna have to walk it, bro.
Yeah. No, I think we walk it.
Duck? By duck, duck?
No.
Oh, it's a
not
drone.
Director. I've had this fly over every day in Yabasha. Hey, let's spread out. Spread
Yeah,
the...
that's gotta be one of ours, though.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't like the space anyway.
They don't even know if it's theirs or their.
They're retarded.
Oh my
So the armor
gosh.
got hit that left.
Don't they have fucking radios?
It's ours?
I think so, yeah.
Come on, you don't have some sort of radio system in your,
Doesn't look like
military
it.
so that people can communicate with each other?
Doesn't look like it. What a shitty
That's
job.
crazy.
My sector has impacts. No, it's behind the wood line. Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, you ain't shitting. Courtney taught these kids.
That's a fucked up looking tank.
They're bitching about body armor. The drone got him.
Probably drones, we supplied them.
No, these are Russians hitting the Ukrainians.
Mm. Okay, they're probably the drones at the left side. Supplied them.
The woman. There's a person right?
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Those are impacts.
No shit. That's a fucking hammer.
God, this war sucks.
Dog, what?
No shit.
Shoot the fucking dog when it comes out.
Occupy.
You think it's occupied? No shit.
Occupy.
Amerikański.
Give me your guns. Drop them.
Dobry dzień.
There is, you have like a map.
Get Keller over here.
Keller.
They asked the guy if he had a map. Anyone have a map?
These guys are whack.
The mirror's way, directly right.
There's some guys in black uniforms.
No wonder the war is taking. How did Russia not walk over these people?
Hey,
Billy.
I'm gonna be mean, bro. I'm just saying.
They're idiots.
They're so ill-trained.
Well, they went there and said they knew what they were doing, probably.
Yeah, I think that's
They're speaking English, the retards.
Or just guards. Well, you saw them, they fucking stopped.
Yep, they
posted
stopped.
up, they moved to concealment. And
They
now
look
they're-
black, which means uniforms.
Oh, back down.
They're Russians, you fucks. God, are they stupid?
I'd really wonder what their mission was.
Retarded.
I really do.
Just wander around till you die. Have fun, kids.
That looks like an AT-4 sitting there.
Yeah.
Hey, there's gonna be more.
Hello.
Man, they're going ham. That's not cash money.
Yeah.
You got a blanket of plates on you. They're having a blast over there, dude. Incoming. Yeah, there's some light. That's coming from our right. It's coming from our right. Incoming. Doing all right, man. We're taking a nap.
What the fuck?
No.
Incoming. Oh, that's not close. It's not even shaking us, dude. Those are good vibes, dude. Vibe check.
Yeah, this one is close.
Is that Dolly?
Yeah, but that one's close. You can hear the whistle. Yeah.
That's when you start moving, dude.
No, let them stay there till they blow up.
That's when you change location. If you can start hearing whistling, start changing.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
That means the rounds are getting close.
That was fun.
I got it.
I can't tell you, bro.
That one dude got killed at some point. It said RIP a year ago.
Yeah, good for him.
That was pretty close. All right. God damn.
Fuck, that place up. I'm both intact about it.
Poor bastards.
That'll be a mission for literature.
That's that tree.
Forgot my lid.
Oh shit.
God damn it! Anyone close to the bitch?
Yeah. What's up?
My lid on me.
All right, hold on. Hey, stay down.
I want you to know that was a rebound.
These guys suck.
Oh, that's a...
You in the field?
No, you can see it, dude. I'm gonna close up the door. Does everyone have everything they need out of the vehicle? I'm leaving the aid bag inside.
Watch out for, hey, there's downed power lines right here. Just watch it. This is good. Good spot, Rody. Good spot.
That shit donated.
Still see it,
Yeah.
Do you hear that?
Shit.
Today sucks.
Yeah.
Today really sucks. It's normal. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's cool. He gets to go chill over there.
Are we driving on the right road? No, this is not the right road, dude.
This is not the right road. Yeah, we should probably turn around. This is where the impacts are coming in.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, our road didn't have any problem, but this is towards the front.
I just remember we had the turn really close to us. Remember?
Yeah, I think we go straight down that way.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's me and Rody, okay?
That throwing up with well.
That's mine right there. It seems like. What do you think?
It looks like that.
There's nothing exiting from here, dude. Nothing. Right in front of you. No, we have similar here and here.
Why would you walk on the road?
They're idiots.
Да ёлки-палки, я балакаю.
Так. Вы не ссорьтесь. Вы мне скажите, что...
It's over.
Yo, that video, man.
Fire!
What the fuck, man?
Dude, that's awesome.
That's fucking nuts, man. 5 minutes before. Jesus Christ, dude. They saw our car then, man.
Yep, they probably were taking shots at us.
I think Ashley's gonna join us.
Huh.
Oh, she's in the chat. Hi, Ash.
Yeah.
I'm driving. I didn't look at the chat.
Those guys are in the bunkers, probably. Maybe honk the horn or something.
From there, yeah.
All right, cool.
Oh, I see it. Yep. It's right on it.
This is weird as fuck.
So they're out there doing fucking recon. They're doing it pretty shittily.
They should to us.
They are alive still. But still.
Oh, there, yeah.
For now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep some dispersion. You want the M-Law here?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna get set up with it.
You got a good visibility?
Yep.
If they're coming, they're gonna be coming from the road.
Which road? This road?
Yeah.
Roger.
Let me see.
Yep. Let me see what kind of stuff we got here. All right, cool. Yeah, Rooster, can you take this position? I'm gonna take the N-Law up there. I'm gonna fire from the road if anything. Okay. Cool. Good shit, man. Cool. I'm gonna keep the N-Law right here.
I'm gonna keep the law right there too.
All right, cool.
You put it right there. Oh, no, actually, never mind. I got it.
There's some mines on this road.
Okay.
So they're not gonna be rolling up on us. It's probably just gonna be IDF. Yeah, I think I hear a drone.
Me too.
Hey, there might be a drone. All right, I'm moving. Yep. Yep, keep going. Roger.
Next up.
Hey, they're falling back all the way.
Yeah, let's go back. Keep moving.
Hey, roger that.
Move.
Let's go.
Drone's watching this.
God, these people are dumb. What are they playing, paintball?
I wish they'd sit there and fucking actually show some engagement.
I need the dirt. I put it on after that. Just pull it. Pull it off.
You guys remember, my last mission in Ukraine a year ago near the city of Balaklia was planting mines. And in this particular area, this happens all the time. So we went down there, we marked up the area with orange tape. So obviously these are anti-tank mines. These are probably not going to go off by stepping over it, but he's taking some extra precaution because these things have been laying in the dirt, laying in the elements for quite a while.
Let me give that a check.
Fuck that job.
I think I'm digging for nothing. There's
Right?
nothing here.
One of my
EOD.
friends, he had told me one of the mines wasn't even armed. So somebody had literally carried it. The entire patrol buries the mine without arming it.
Everybody just watch me prod going boom, boom, boom. Is there anything here? Give you cancer, dude. Oh, yeah.
We unscrewed the fuse and then we walked away with them to our car to go and use as training aids for his class. Wow.
That's not on. Not on. Can we get some swords?
Huh? Impact.
There it is.
They're mooks.
Where the Russians used to be. There's Balaklia beside, the city that was occupied for, a long time.
Fuck. Oh.
やばい。現地時刻朝6時2分、現在、近くで爆発が起きております。現地時刻朝6時2分、近くで爆発音が非常に聞こえて
What a stupid war.
結構来てますね。
Right?
いいね。これは。やばいよ。
The kitty is confused as well. Another stinger. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, hit something.
This is a war of retards, man. They're just wandering around doing dumb shit.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, these been happening a couple times today. Bunch yesterday.
Forget to take the camera lens off.
It's fucking real out here.
Them drones, I thought drones were fucking them up more than what I'm seeing.
I would be more scared if it was I would be less scared.
You can see that?
No.
I think that's out now. Yeah.
The class. I took the same class.
Don't worry, Russians would never bomb a hospital.
Yeah, right. They are dumb. Here it comes. What, is that it?
Yep.
Guys, I gotta peace out. I'm sorry. But have a great
It's all
one.
good. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
God.
Bye, chat.
Bye. Yeah, that's crazy.
They sucked. What
He's
a
saying
fuck-
his most intense.
That was, dude, that was not a fucking thing to say. Yeah, I want to go help there. That place is a shithole. I fucking
Did you want to be out in the field with them?
Fuck no, I meant better battles on Detroit streets.
They'd
More
get you
fucking
killed real quick.
organized. God, that was sad. Who the fuck would want to be part of that shit show?
Not me.
Fuck, I'm surprised they're not all dead. You know that? That's what shocked me, was it how long they were lasting.
My surprise is that they lived long enough to get that posted on the internet at some point.
Fuck. God, that was fucked up.
I wonder what Command thought when they saw all of that shit. Because they review
Yeah,
all that.
they were supposedly on duty while that shit was going on.
They were supposedly doing recon and shit, asking the guy at the house if he's got a map.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck? You don't even have a compass, you retard. Well, this is about 2 weeks ago in Royal Oak. So
All right.
enjoy, and we'll see you guys on Saturday. Bow. This is Eddie Van Halen's kids band, Marathon. They were in our town about
Wolfgang.
yeah, Wolfgang Van Halen. They're in Royal Oak about 2 weeks ago. He can play. I got some of this other shit I'll play for you.
That's Burt Emery's kid too.
Yeah, that old guy he's got with him, that's the guy from Clutch. So he's got a good backup band. All right, everybody, see you on Saturday. Have a good one. Bye.
Am I twisted?